8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball over 25 seasons.
No look, getting it ever down the lane, trying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside.
KAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 11:40 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Yeah, we're back at the Golden One Center getting ready for the Kings and the Hawks. Kyle Draper, who's got play-by-play duties once again tonight on NBC Sports California, and Whitey Gleason. Hope you had a great weekend. Not a very restful weekend for 49er fans, Kyle. And I almost texted you a time or two and said, oh, man, you're going to have a lot of fun on Monday. And I held off. If Carlson had made that a field goal, I think I would have definitely been kind of conceding, sending you that text. But it didn't happen, and the 49ers survive in advance. Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Let me just say. Really, I had no rooting interest. Like, I'm not a Niners fan. I'm not a Packers fan. But I found myself pulling for the Packers more than I've ever pulled for a team that wasn't my team. Like, oh, my gosh. You know how it's like when you I didn't want to count my chickens before they hatched.
Mm-hmm.
My Packers were playing great.
Yeah, they were.
Jordan Love was looking good. Brock Purdy was looking suspect. And I said, all right, we still got time. It's halftime. It's still plenty of time left in this game. Fourth quarter, still plenty of time left in this game. 6 minutes left, still plenty of time. And Brock Purdy led them down the field. That hurt more. I mean, outside of my Eagles losing the Super Bowl, that was the worst loss I've ever felt.
Wow.
Because I was ready to talk some trash. And it's funny because we got you. We got Jay. I don't hear nothing from you all weekend. No, Drapes, how you and the family doing? Drapes, you get out and play any golf today? No. But as soon as the Niners win, hey, I get a text from Jay. Jay blowing me up. And I'm like, is that what we're going to do? Enjoy it now, Niners fans. That was a great game, great comeback, good win. But, man, you guys were almost done.
Oh, yeah.
Almost done.
No question about that. You watch a lot of games.
Yeah.
All sports, everyone listening does. And I've seen a lot of 49er games going back to, like, Coach Walsh. And it was strange because all the games that game Saturday was reminding me of are games that the 49ers lost over the years. It never, until the missed field goal, it never, to me, felt like, oh, no, they're in it. Everything was like, this is a disaster. This is going to be a disaster. If they lose this will be one of the most disgraceful losses in 49er history, and they just can't get things going. And then the game swung around, and they end up winning with Brock Purdy realizing, well, I guess I better start showing Draper that I know what I'm doing.
Man.
And they end up with the win. It was an incredible day, but it was just kind of like, wait, what was that?
What was that? Because the Packers, as the 7th seed, I thought they played a decent game. They played a good game. But honestly, they should not have been on the field with the San Francisco. If you base 17 regular season weeks, these two were in different classes. But on this one day, as we saw last week with Dallas, as we saw last week in other games, this could happen. And when Debo went out, I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Really what I thought is, oh, here come the excuses for the Niners fans when they lose. Oh, we didn't have Debo Samuel for half the game. Didn't need him. Can we say, though, Jordan Love made maybe the worst throw in NFL history. like that was
it was a bad throw. I'll give you that.
The decision, the throw, the situation, because there was plenty of time left on the clock.
Yeah,
there was time.
There was.
You do that against Mahomes or Burrow or some elite quarterback and not some young kid, you lose that game. Or at least it goes into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
This guy literally gave the game away with that the worst pass I've ever. I'm like,
you probably didn't watch Tampa Bay yesterday, the end of that game.
No,
I know what you mean.
I missed that.
I know what you mean.
But seriously, it wasn't just a bad pass, Whitey. You know what it was? It was soul crushing. That interception crushed my soul. It made me seriously. I did not want to come to work today. If we didn't have a Kings game tonight, your boy would have had the January flu or whatever. Like, I would have been can't make it.
You got vacation days, man. Come stop all that. Take it off. Don't come here and say you didn't want to be here now.
No, I'm just saying, man. Niners win. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to feel this smoke. I ain't ready to take
that. Was a terrible throw, but by that point, I felt like, all right, the 49ers are going to win. It's funny what you can tell about players just by watching on TV. The whole game, Jordan Love, you could see it on his face like, oh, man, he means business. But once he got the ball back after the 49ers took the lead, it's like, oh, he's scared. Now, it's understandable, but you could see it in his eyes. He was panicking.
But did you see the graphic they had when he took over on that final drive? He had like 4 fourth quarter overtime game-winning drives. And so I thought, okay, my guy might be ready for this. But sure enough, once they snapped the ball, I just cannot believe, because I had been criticizing Brock Purdy all year long. Show me a 2-minute drill. March down the field when it matters. Give me a comeback.
Yeah.
And he did it all in that game.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I was going to give you an opportunity here because there's been so much confusion over what exactly it is that you feel towards Brock Purdy. I just wanted to, you stated it there, but just for the record, if you could. So we all know where you're coming from. What did you make of Brock Purdy's game-winning drive?
If I'm being unbiased, which I usually am, I usually call it, I thought it was a great drive. Got it to his playmakers. I still think CMC's the MVP of the team, but he came through in the clutch.
Your boy bailed him out a time or two in that game, too.
No, he did. He
great
did.
Freaking catches.
Great catches out there. Brandon Ayuk, scooped one up that was at his knees or below his knees, made a great catch. I thought Brock Purdy did what he had to do to get the win. I thought he was pretty average, if best, those first 3 quarters. I thought, everything I had been saying about him was coming true those first 3 quarters. He made some good throws. We talked about it before the show. The touchdown pass to Kittle where he just sailed it out there. The touch. That was a beautiful ball. I just feel like with Brock, he's a good quarterback. Let's pump the brakes on the Montana, the Tom Brady comparisons. My guy Bonte Hill, Bonte down there.
Know him very well.
And tell me if this is off base, because you guys have been around longer than I have. He said that wasn't a Montana-esque performance. That was more a Jimmy G kind of performance we saw yesterday from Brock Purdy.
We can maybe pump the brakes on some of the Purdy Montana talk if you can agree to pump the brakes on the talk that, well, he can't lead a drive in the final.
He's a good quarterback.
All right.
He's a good quarterback. What else? What do you want
Are we
to
pumping
say?
the brakes on that? That he's the whole business of, well, I'd like to see him lead a drive. That's done now, right? It
was against Jordan Love and the Packers. Like, I still, if you go back to August when I talked about this, September, my whole thing was when it's time to line up with Patrick Mahomes, that you do that against Patrick Mahomes, you lose that game yesterday. And it's a whole different narrative. Jordan Love turtled in the biggest of moments. Brock Purdy didn't. Give him credit. He didn't. But my whole take was at the beginning of the year, when it comes time to line up across Patrick Mahomes and outduel him, is Brock Purdy going to be capable? And I thought for the most part yesterday, the Niners were winning or in that game in spite of Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he got it done, though.
But he got it done.
Here's the thing about Brock Purdy. This was really weird. Just trying to be, unemotional about it. I think he struggled with things that we know he can do. Overall, it's like that game was like, what's wrong with him? But he struggled on intermediate throws.
Yes.
And that's his bread and butter. It wasn't like he threw interceptions, although he got lucky on one ball. But the simplest throws he couldn't make all of a sudden because of the rain, whatever. I don't think that's a concern. It would be like, seriously, if you had a game like maybe you're doing tonight, and the next day somebody said, Drapes, when Monk had that dunk, Drapes didn't get excited. And we know If that happened one time, and that's never, we would be like, it's okay. I think we know he can do that, right? That would not be a concern. So that's how I look at the Brock Purdy things. Like, I don't know what was wrong, but we definitely know he can make those throws.
But I wonder, and I hear you, that's his bread and butter. That's what he can do. But as the moment gets bigger,
as long as it's not wet, he's going to be fine. I think that's it. It's in his head.
So hopefully San Francisco in January, this upcoming weekend, is nice and clear and dry and everything like that. But, you know, if I was to give Brock Purdy a grade, no, sir, I'm not doing this for radio or entertainment.
Right.
What I'm speaking now is the truth here.
Right.
I'd give him a B minus, probably B. That's not any slander or anything. He was good when they needed to be good. As Shaq said, I make my free throws when they matter.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, he was being outplayed by Jordan Love in that game.
Jay, I wonder what Jay thinks of this. I would give Brock Purdy letter grade. I would give him a W for the win because he won and he's moving on.
That's right.
What would you give him, Jay? You're back there wearing your Niners underoos. What would you give him?
Yeah, I actually am, but I think you're spot on. I think he struggled a lot. He made good plays. He had a good, the run for 8-9 yards at the end on the last one, the 6 for 7, and of course the Kittle drop right there. He had a couple throws, like even the Ayuk where he dropped it on the sideline the series before the last series. Yeah. That was a good throw. Ayuk dropped it, which hence Ayuk came back with the catch that was, with the defensive back all on his back. I'm with you, Drapes. A B minus. I don't think he really did too much to the point where I honestly, and I saw this by someone, and I can't remember who it is, and I apologize on the reporter who said this. I think Purdy played well enough that his supporters can say, look, he did what you got. The detractors have said he couldn't. And I think the detractors still have an opportunity to say kind of what you said. There were some things he left on the table. That game could have been a lot wider. And at the same time, the rain definitely bothered him. And at the same time, I still need to see a little bit more. And I would like him to beat Detroit,
Right. Yeah, you got to beat Detroit. You got to.
The fact that they did win and he led the drive is just, can you imagine the discussion if they'd lost that game?
Oh my gosh.
If they didn't go anywhere in that final drive, we'd be talking about one of the most significant losses in 49er
history. You're right. Dallas lost last week. This would have been bigger than Dallas.
No question.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're an overwhelming favorite in the NFC, you're going against a 7 seed at that with a young quarterback, with a defense that sure is playing better, but, throughout the year was not a great defense, talking about the Packers. And they almost crapped the bed. They didn't, though. They didn't. And, maybe it's their year. I mean, the schedule is lining up perfectly for them. I still got some question marks because I thought the Packers were able to run the ball at times yesterday. And so I thought the run defense got exposed a little bit. Obviously, the Brock Purdy situation. And so now you step up in competition. Detroit, to me, is a legit team. They're humming right now. They're playing well. And so we'll see.
Did you hear the story that Brock Purdy told last week? I don't know how this isn't getting more attention. He told a writer, and this was him saying it. This is not a rumor or something. He said, they told me if I was healthy, I was going to be the quarterback, the starter, unless one thing happened. Do you know what that one thing was?
Oh.
We'll tell you.
A tease. I like it.
To the Golden One Centers, we get ready for the Kings and the Hawks. It's the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Beach Hut Deli on 711 K Street is now your place to go in downtown Sacramento prior to all the games, concerts, and events. Conveniently located just across the street from the arena, Beach Hut Deli features the finest gourmet sandwiches and craft beverages anywhere. Beach Hut Deli at 711 K Street is also your premier lunch destination 7 days a week. Come by and say hi to new owner Brad Wakai. He's so excited to take care of all your taste bud needs. That's Beach Hut Deli at 711 K Street in Sacramento.
Time to get your tickets for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration, February 4th at Thunder Valley. Inductees include Matt Barnes. Go to Ticketmaster.com.
Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Very proud of the guys in there. I thought that was as big of a mental challenge and just a character game as any game I've been a part of. I mean, when things aren't going how you want on offense, defense, special teams, the rain, guys slipping a lot, losing Debo early. Couldn't be more proud of the people in there and just how they persevere.
An incredible win for the 49ers. All things considered, that game appeared to be lost. It was, what happened?
Yeah.
Debo's are everything working against them, and yet Brock Purdy leads them back. And now they've got their hands full again this week against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and the Lions team that can play on both sides of the ball.
You're not wearing a Lions jersey yet.
No, not yet. My Barry Sanders, Herman Moore jersey is in the mail. I put that out on social media.
Got a kidney?
Hey, I need to find something, but I thought about wearing the Brock Purdy jersey in today. Because I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But I'll wait till the Super Bowl. If they get in the Super Bowl, then I'll be like, yeah, my guy, Brock Purdy. No, good win yesterday. I don't know about great.
Saturday.
It was Saturday. Saturday. I don't know about great. They escaped. They should just feel lucky, fortunate, whatever. They escaped with a win. The better team that day did not win the game.
I just think anytime you win a playoff game, it's a great win. Seriously. And I know, it's price of admission. You're supposed to win that game, but they almost didn't. And you advance in the NFL playoffs. To me, it's a great win. But, of course, if they end up losing this week, everyone's going to point to that game.
Yeah.
We knew something wasn't right. Back to that Green Bay game. But, like I said, Detroit is – we talked about them last week. They are really impressive. In a lot of ways, that's a tough matchup for the 49ers.
I think so. I think,
number one rushing defense. Yeah.
Say that again.
Number one rushing defense.
And they play with a toughness, a physicality. They take on the personality of their coach. And so I think it's going to be a great game this week.
Yeah. But at least here with this quarterback matchup, Brock Purdy, I think I'd rather have Brock Purdy than Jared Goff, right?
You know what? You bring that up. And I was thinking of the 4 quarterbacks left. Where does Brock Purdy rank? Third at best?
I think so.
Some would say 4th.
Some would,
depending on,
Goff's been to a Super Bowl.
Right.
He didn't do much.
There. He's leading a team in the Detroit Lions that's not as stacked.
Yeah.
As
but even if we said, last, we're only talking about 4 guys, and they're all still playing. So to say, he's the worst of the 4, that's not even really an insult.
I would like to take a look at historically, and I'll do this in my off time when I have nothing else to do. Does the best quarterback most of the time win? You know what I mean? Like Patrick Mahomes, he was better than Jalen Hurts was fine last year, but Patrick Mahomes was better. Tom Brady. Does it come down to the quarterback ultimately when it gets down to the Final 4 or the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's hard to say because then you've got games like Stafford, Burrow. Who's better? Well, Stafford was better in that game, right? But who's better?
Right. That's tough, right?
Speaking of better quarterbacks, this is incredible. Brock Purdy was talking to Nick Wagner of ESPN last week, ESPN.com. And Purdy told Wagner, here's the quote. Early in the offseason, this is Wagner talking. Early in the offseason, Niners coach Kyle Shanahan sat down with Purdy and assured him that if he was healthy, he would be the starter. This is before last season, unless Brady wanted to play one more season for his hometown Niners.
No way.
Yes. Quote, Purdy says, that meant so much to me. I remember him saying, if we can get Tom Brady, we're going to try to get him. And I was like, yeah, he's the GOAT. I get it. But something deep down inside me was sort of like, dude, I just showed you that I can play well
going into this last season.
This season that's still,
wow.
We're still playing. And we were one game away from the Super Bowl. More than anything, I was like, okay, now let's go. Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible. That is, you know what that, so when was this conversation? Do we know?
He had the conversation with Nick Wagner like 6 days ago.
But when did Shanahan tell him that?
Early in the off season.
Because if I'm correct, Shanahan came back. He's the real deal. He's our guy. Everything. It sounds to me that according to that, Shanahan wasn't 100% all in on Brock Purdy.
I don't know.
That's how I read that.
Yeah, we do know this. Tom Brady, not too long ago, posted something on social media indicating that he nearly unretired in May.
Wow.
It wasn't clear. A lot of people thought this was a joke. And maybe it was, but I don't know why no one's talking about this. Maybe because yeah, whatever, we move on. But still, it's like, whoa. I wonder if someone went to Brock Purdy and said, you probably should have kept that.
Right. Probably shouldn't have said that. You're being a little too honest right now. That is a big time admission. And, can you imagine Tom Brady? Like, if I'm Tom Brady, why not? Like, this team was loaded, it was stacked, a chance at another Super Bowl. Maybe you just were tired of playing, didn't want to play. But, man, where would Brock Purdy have been then? Like,
he'd be Sam Darnold.
Right? And would he be trade bait, or would they just hold on to him and then next year you're our guy? That kind of thing.
As we all know, 2020, Brady wanted to play for the 49ers.
Yep.
And they said, we're sticking with Jimmy. And so now apparently time passed. The 49ers went to him this time and he said, no, I'm good.
Man, so Tom Brady, can you imagine?
There's probably a lot of teams that tried to get him.
Oh, yeah. That would have been massive. And Tom Brady, we know he's the greatest of all time. On this team, exactly. On this team, come on, man. It wouldn't even be fair.
I'll say one thing for Shanahan. Again, assuming this is all true, we have no reason to assume it's not. Kyle Shanahan went to him and told him, yeah, we want you unless this is going to happen. When Harbaugh coached the 49ers, he told Alex Smith, you're the guy. Next thing we know, there was footage of Harbaugh in disguise going to a Peyton Manning workout.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is 10 times worse.
You're
the guy.
Yeah.
And then sneaking behind his back.
Right.
Yeah, but at least Shanahan was up front. And that's the thing about Brock Purdy. He's moldable. Like, he'll take whatever Kyle Shanahan says. Doesn't seem to have as much of an ego. Not going to make a big deal. Not going to make a stink. Thankful for the opportunity. And so he was moldable for Kyle Shanahan. And that's a huge admission. But everything you hear from Brock Purdy is humble guy. I mean, look at him. The way he looks, the way he dresses, the way he acts. He doesn't come across as, I'm the dude. And I think, that's sort of what Kyle Shanahan, it's Shanahan's team. Like, nobody's like, could Tom Brady come in and listen to Shanahan? And
maybe if it was 1 year,
right,
we scratch your back, you scratch yours. This is what we're doing. 1 year, you win a Super Bowl, you go out as the Super Bowl winner with your hometown team.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm sure he had to think about that.
I probably would have did that. Super Bowl team, Niners to bring a Super Bowl back to that organization.
Right.
I mean, you're already a legend, already a GOAT. But
Tommy, just give the ball to CMC.
Hey, you got
you
CMC,
win a Super Bowl.
You got man. Dude, when you look at it too, probably would have been the best roster he's ever played with. Like, even in New England, they had some holes. They didn't have a whole much of a running game. The wide receivers could be questioned. Like, this was a tailor-made situation to make it to the Super Bowl.
Interesting, but that's all right because Brock Purdy's on his way to the Super Bowl? Question mark.
Promised land, Whitey. Go ahead and claim it. No question mark.
I'm leaving that open. I want to see where Mr. Draper's going to enter that door.
What's so upsetting to me about this whole situation, and I'm looking at the text stream right now. There goes Drapes with the Purdy hate again. Dude leads a game-winning drive, and more hate. What's so upsetting, as much as people say I hate Brock Purdy, which I don't, the level of reverence and defending. It's like I've insulted their brother or their mother. It's a football player. It's a professional football player. But the way some of these people out here are defending this guy, it's like I insulted their mother.
Oh, yeah.
Calm down. It's Brock Purdy, a football player.
But I think this is the perfect chance for you to hop on the 49ers bandwagon. No questions asked. Full amnesty. Right?
My boy Dan Campbell and company, they
we've given you so many opportunities.
Here's the thing. How would I look if
you're like
I
the Kings? You're beating yourself.
No, if I said, all right, I want Brock Purdy to win. Like, I built my whole career here the last 6 months saying Brock Purdy's a good quarterback, but I need to see it. The job is not finished. Do your job, as Bill Belichick said. You got to finish the job. I've been told by Niners fans it's Super Bowl or bust. You get a win over the Green Bay Packers, and you want me to wave some a Niners flag over the Green Bay Packers?
You just wanted to, because you're our friend. We wanted to give you the opportunity.
But Whitey, what
for
have
your
you
sake,
accomplished?
not ours.
You beat the Green Bay Packers,
right?
The number 7 seed,
right?
The worst team in the playoffs.
For the trip to the Super Bowl this week. That's what
now.
That
if you
means.
beat the Lions, okay, now you're doing something.
All right,
we'll see.
Right. Coming up next, when's the last time the Kings lost 5 straight? Not saying they're gonna, but when was the last time they did that? Next from the Golden One Center, it's the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You can talk all the trash now. Don't let my Green Bay Packers come in there.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Expect mostly cloudy skies the rest of today with some scattered showers here and there as you go through the afternoon and evening. Skies should clear a bit by morning with fog developing. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here at Folsom Lake Kia. Shop my favorite dealer, Folsom Lake Kia, for low interest rates, low payment with 0 down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia for over 25 years right here in Sacramento.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Have you ever envisioned having $500,000 in advertising to conquer the remodel market, but felt overwhelmed at the thought of going it alone? Now you don't have to. Join Subcontractors United and share your advertising with 2 other contractors in your trade. Get $500,000 in advertising for only $1,042 a month. We are so sure this will work that we're giving away free advertising until June 2024 to qualified contractors. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITBfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
It's time to buck up Sacramento. The professional bull riders are back. PBR Sacramento Wrangler Long Live Cowboys Classic will take over downtown's Golden One Center this February 2nd through 4th. 3 huge nights of edge-of-your-seat bucking, featuring some of the biggest bulls and toughest cowboys on the planet. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster. Get your tickets for a weekend of non-stop bucking action this February 2nd through 4th.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
The Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is back Sunday, February 4th at Thunder Valley Casino. Meet and greet the class of 2024. Matt Barnes, James Donaldson, Leon Lee, and Jamie Whitmore. Don't miss Sacramento's best sports night of the year. Food served between 6 and 7 p.m. Live entertainment with comedian Dennis Gaxiola. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration Sunday night, February 4th. All info, go to SacSportsHof.com.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Philadelphia Eagles theme song for the season. Is that what that is?
Nah. It's what song is this, Jay? I forget the name of this.
It's Metro Boomin.
Yeah, Metro Boomin. This
With
is
Future,
a heater right now.
Drake.
This is one where you in the tunnel before games you play.
I'm just saying it's a little somber. That's all. It's just a little.
This is one that gets you hyped, bro.
Real.
This is
I'm
this
sure
is the
it's
opposite. This gets you hyped. This gets you ready to do business.
On the YouTube chat we have from Alan, he says, Whitey looks like he coaches the Bills in his off time. Is that comparing me to Sean McDermott? I don't mind that. I don't think I look like him. It doesn't insult me.
Well, yeah, I would. It's like explain yourself, right?
I don't think so. They used to say, people on the show used to say I look like, was it Jurgen Klinsmann, the coach of the?
Oh yeah.
Like, no, I didn't like that. But this one was like, I don't know. Kyle Draper, by the way, is on a mission today because the Kings are playing the Hawks, which means that Dominique Wilkins is in the building.
Yes, we're gonna get Dominique. I'm telling you, I may go. If he's willing to walk up the steps, he'll come up to me. I may have to take him back to the elevator and get him to come.
RJ set you up the microphone courtside, so you could, but it's just one, right, RJ?
It's just one.
One
RJ's
mic courtside.
Dude, what website you on, RJ? What is that, man?
What'd you guys need?
Sorry, man, I'm napping after the Niner game. That was a good one. I'm sorry, what's the question?
If Drapes were to get hold of Dominique down there, it's just one mic, right? Yeah, so he couldn't really interview him down there.
No, he could. There's a headset there. He could talk to you up here.
I see.
And he'd be able to hear Whitey also?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to get Dominique on. At some point today, as long as he's in the building, my guy Dominique is going to come on with it.
Okay. Yeah, looking forward to that. By the way, on the way in today, coming in the building, I saw Scott Freshour.
Oh, yeah.
You know, who's ready to light the beam today? So I asked him, who's ready to light the beam? And he said, hey, no guarantees, no promises tonight. So that's
and he's Mr. Positive usually.
Yeah, absolutely,
like
he is.
optimistic, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's just kind of the state of things right now because the Kings are nursing a 4-game losing streak, as you know.
Yeah, we're going to have Doug Christie coming up at 3:15 and ask Doug about this losing streak. But as I was driving in today, pulling into the garage, one of the security guys said, we're going to get this one tonight. And the frustrating thing is no Trae Young, no DeAndre Hunter. I wanted to say yes, But I looked at him and said, I don't know. I don't know who's going to show up tonight for our team. You would think we've hit rock bottom. 4 losses in a row. First time since the beginning of last season. First 4 games of last season. And here we are riding a 4-game losing streak.
Just for the heck of it, I looked it up. Not that it's going to happen, but when was the last time the Kings lost 5 straight? You go back to January 16th through January 31st of 2022. The Kings actually lost 7.
Oh, that was the 7. I thought it was the 9-gamer.
Yeah.
No,
Didn't they have 2 9-gamers?
2 9-gamers.
Yeah.
We've come a far cry from that, but I don't know what's going on with this team, Whitey. I'm concerned, and not because of anything I know, and like it just doesn't feel good right now.
Right. You're saying you don't have inside info that you can't
right.
share.
I can't say.
You say you look at it, it's like, wow.
I'm looking at it as a fan, objectively, just look at it. Just does not seem right. You would think that you would come out shorthanded team the other night against the Pacers, no Tyrese, and they handle you like they did. Like you would think this team tonight would come out fired up, few days of practice, couple days off, ready to go. But I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen tonight.
I think part of the mystery is because I think the Kings in some ways have been passed by the rest of the league. Everyone else has done things since last year to improve, and the Kings haven't done much. They've done a few things that haven't worked. They've been prudent moves. They've been, conservative. They didn't do anything major, but that's okay. They didn't feel like that move was there. But now at the deadline, if you don't make a move, then you're facing some harsh consequences potentially. So I looked at the standings today, Kyle, and I know this is very fluid and it changes a lot. It's very volatile game to game and day to day. But just to see him in 8th, it kind of gave me a little jolt.
8th.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
7th is one thing, 6th, but you're in 8th place right now. And you got a little distance between 8 and 9. But it's concerning because other teams, you mentioned things that they've added, but other teams are actually playing well right now. Clippers playing well. How about the Phoenix Suns?
Suns playing well.
They're playing extremely. Dallas is playing well, even though Dallas has a big game tonight against the Celtics. I mean, I just think, like you said, you're in danger of being left behind. And these games matter. And so I think this is a massive game. You got a 7-game road trip coming up, Whitey. 7-game road trip. So you got to take care tonight against the shorthanded Atlanta Hawks team.
And let's be real about it. If they were to lose tonight, that would be another very discouraging.
Oh, boy. I can't even entertain that in my mind. Emotionally,
home.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, because then you're looking at this season, and I know there's still plenty of time left. I know what you're 23 and 18, so you're at the halfway point right now. Plenty of time left. But it feels like this season is slipping away from you.
It does.
And we heard the reports, whether it was Sam Amick or I forget who it was, Monty and the Kings want to make a move sooner rather than later. Like sooner is right now. Like you can't, if this continues to slide, 4, 5, 6, 7-game losing streak or 7 out of 8 or something like that. Like you're in danger of not only not, being in the top 4 or 5 conversation, you're in danger of firmly planting yourself in the play-in situation. And I know some people might be okay with that. I'm not. I need one of these top 6 seeds this year for Sacramento.
It is kind of it's a little unusual because here we are once again. It's the dog days of the season, mid-January, and it's a Monday night. But this is a vitally important game for the Kings once again. A loss here would really do some damage to you in the standings. And also you figure in terms of your psyche, however you wanted to find that.
Right. And we've talked about that. Like psychologically, you need to start stringing together some wins. And as I look at the Kings' upcoming schedule, they should be favored tonight. I haven't looked at it, the number, but they should be favored tonight. Are they favored at Golden State?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they should be, but I don't know. At Dallas, at Memphis, maybe. Get that.
Certainly not at Dallas.
At Miami. At Indiana, at Chicago, at Cleveland. Like there are no gimmies out there except maybe Memphis. And we've seen this team play down to its level of competition. And so that's why tonight is so important. I mentioned it the other day, Friday, when we were on the air, reverse momentum, negative momentum. That's what we're facing right now with the Sacramento Kings. The 14 missed free throws the other night. Malik Monk of all people. Now it's starting to seep into their heads. And so now you need to somehow flip the momentum and go on a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak. That's what we need.
I would almost rather see them just make their free throws tonight than win. Not quite.
They
need to win. It's like, please, just make your free throws. Can we shoot a high percentage from the line tonight? Let me ask your opinion on this. When the Raptors were here, there was a lot of talk about the trade and Siakam, and it looks like something did come close to happening. And the fact that the Raptors were here seemed to stimulate some of that talk. Hawks are here tonight. There's been a lot of talk about some of the Hawks maybe coming here. Do you think that puts us any closer to a deal? The fact that the Hawks are right here in the building tonight.
I don't think so. I mean, it could in the fact that, you know, the GMs could meet like, hey, when you come to town, let's sit down and talk or something like that. But all you got to do is pick up a phone. If a deal is going to be made, it could have been made yesterday. It could be made tomorrow. Like, I don't think, you know, with them being in town and the way scouting is and able to watch, we know who the Hawks are. We know about their talent. They know about ours. And so I don't think you'll learn anymore by seeing them up close and personal.
By the way, Jay says Kings are 8.5-point favorites
tonight.
I believe so.
Wow, 8.5.
And to the point you just made, that's one of the funny things about the movie Moneyball. Have you seen Moneyball? I
have.
I believe the opening scenes, Brad Pitt, Billy Bean, he's got his backpack and he's at the offices of the Cleveland Indians and they're talking trade. And it's like, you don't go to the other team's offices, right?
Right.
To talk about a trade.
And talk about a trade. Exactly. And so the Hawks GM is Landry Fields, former player. Landry.
Smart guy, Stanford guy, right?
Stanford guy. Yep, Stanford guy. And so I don't know. But the problem is when you look at what the Hawks have that you would be interested in. DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter. I think there's a market for those guys elsewhere too, like the competition to get.
Oh yeah,
like
there's lots of talk about Murray and the Lakers.
The Knicks are, you know, rumored to be a part. Bucks. I mean, and so I don't know. We're 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. Not even 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks away from the trade deadline. I think it is, or whatever it is. And I just think this team needs to do a move sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Like, it would shock me. They come back from the road trip February 2nd, I think it is, or February 3rd. No, February 8th, February 7th. They come back. It would shock me if something isn't done by then. Their last game before the trade deadline is February 7th against Detroit, and that's their first home game. I got to imagine something has to get done while out on the road.
By the way, do you realize the Kings play on Super Bowl Sunday? They're at Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and I think I'm on the road for that. Why are you bringing up bad news here? and the problem with that, it's not like they're in L.A. an hour flight. OKC, like, we're going to be on the plane probably when the game is going on.
I just
Super
don't
Bowl
understand
kickoff.
why they would do that. All right. By the way, your guy, DeJounte Murray, he was our guy. He's now your guy.
Yes.
I am 100% out on getting him now.
Why?
100%.
Whitey, you are terrible, man. You are flip-flopping.
Like you said, sometimes new information becomes available and you process that.
Okay.
Change your opinion. So I'll tell you why, if you care, why I'm 100% out on Murray. Also, why Kings coach Mike Brown is a big fan of 49er fans after this weekend. That and more coming up from the Golden One Center with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey. He walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey. Takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown. CMC.
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
When accidents turn life upside down, AutoAccident.com is in your corner. Compassionate advice, loyal support, and the courage to fight for you. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there, here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com.
Time to get your tickets for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration, February 4th at Thunder Valley. Inductees include Matt Barnes. Go to Ticketmaster.com.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Great to be back at the Golden One Center tonight. Kyle Draper, he's got the play-by-play duties again tonight for NBC Sports California. Whitey Gleason, I mentioned along the way in, I saw Scott Freshour, and he does such a great job, and Scott Moak does such a great job, and Slamson does such a great job. We're so lucky here, the crew that entertains us, before the game, during timeouts, and I'm sure there are many, many people behind the scenes that I don't even know that are part of that too. But we have a really good, and that's one of the reasons they just won an award, right?
Yes, best
Kings.
organization in the league, and that's not just from a basketball standpoint. The beam, fan experience, all of that, and I was about to say it's kind of quiet in here. Usually, it's a lot of stuff going on, right?
Careful what you wish
I
for.
know
Yeah.
it is, but no, it and Golden One Center, and I've been around all the arenas in the NBA. Easily the best arena in the association, from the seating situation, from a fan engagement, from a concourse, concessions, like just the ease to get in and out of Golden One, bar none. Tops everywhere. I mean, this is a crown jewel of the NBA.
How did your PA announcing go at your son's school on Friday?
My Vista Del Lago Eagles. Oh my gosh. First of all, let me just say, I love Vista Del Lago. They rolled out the red carpet for me.
Great.
My son's a freshman there. And he's like, I pull up and I talk to him. He's like, Dad, there's at least 100 to 200 posters of you up around campus announcing that you're going to be here. And I'm like, for me, little old me? And they were just so excited to have me there. And the game was great. Vista jumped out to an early lead. They played Del Campo. Del Campo came back, though. You know, let me just say this. When a kid is shooting a free throw, it's okay for students to scream out, you know, but parents shouldn't do that. Adults should not do that. Just try and make the kid miss. Like, I'm cool with, you know, the opposing team, like the student section, student body. Okay. But when you got 45-year-old men screaming at 14, 15, 16-year-old kids to miss a free throw, that just bothers me.
You know, you shut them up, you make the free throw.
You make the free throw.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this, though. So if Vista would have won, they did this thing where they made this huge V, and they were going to light the V. You know, that was their big thing. And so at the end of it, the Del Campo cheering section, parents, because they didn't have really many students that traveled, they were saying, light the beam, like sort of as a shot. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe because of how close I am to Vista. Those are my people out there, something like that. But to me, grown men should not be yelling at 16-year-old kids. Like, I don't know. Obviously, you disagree with me on that.
I would just, there's nothing you can do. And I would just say to the kids, not that I'd ever talk to them, I'd say, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. But you know what? Shut them up by making your shots. And, you know,
both can be true, right?
Yeah.
Both can be true.
Right.
You know, all right, you want to do that? I'm going to knock these down.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know, and that, but it just, out of the blue, you turn around and you see this 46-year-old man. It just, I don't know, man. It rubbed me the wrong way. So other than that, the game was great. It was a fun time out there.
Speaking of heckling, you know, I mentioned Scott Freshour. You ever heard the story of how he got started in what he does?
No.
It's incredible. He was a student at Sac State, and he said he used to go to the football games, and he would heckle the other team. And I guess he got after him pretty good.
Really?
He said somebody from Sac State comes up to him and his buddies, and he's like, well, we're getting thrown out. And they go, no, do you want to work in our sports intern department? Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting story.
Like, you're really good at that. Why don't you work for this?
Really good at heckling. Why don't you be our professional heckler?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
How about that?
No, he does a fantastic job, man.
Yeah. He was a little, reserved. I saw him early today, but that's just kind of the way everybody around the Kings is right now. Hopeful, reserved, but hopeful tonight. Do you think the beam still works? Does the beam still work? Of course it does.
Of course it does.
Might want to check it.
They put some new batteries in it. It'll be ready to go tonight. It'll be ready to go.
Did you hear about Mike Brown's weekend?
I did. Wow.
His son Cameron is a defensive quality control coach on the 49ers staff. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Yeah. So he was at the game, but sounds like he wasn't well prepared for the inclement weather.
He said what? He forgot hat, poncho, everything. Like, what are you doing, Mike? Just rolling around?
I wish
shorts and t-shirt.
I wish I had my phone because I'd give her a shout out. There was a sweet, sweet gal. I thought I was prepared when I left here to go down there to Santa Clara, but I left my hat here. I left my gloves here. Soon as we got to our seats, it started raining. I was like, I don't have no poncho. I don't have nothing. I can't open my umbrella. And then one guy apparently said, like, you can have my poncho.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's okay. And then another fan, this woman that he's talking to, she apparently had she brought extra rain gear. Like, here's a couple ponchos for you.
That is
saved his day.
I had no idea Niners fans could actually be nice, because when I went down there, they didn't give me anything.
No
except the middle
poncho for
finger,
you.
Right? They just gave me dirty stares and middle fingers. That's all I got from Niners fans when I joke, Niners. I joke. I'm kidding. Oh, man.
There was a sweet lady.
But what did Mike Brown? I mean, did he just think I'm Mike Brown? Rain won't touch me or something? Like, what is he?
I left my hat and I left my gloves. Huh. He's probably right now. He's got a lot on his mind.
Right.
Everything he does is like, hey, it's time to eat. Okay. Let's see. How can we make more free throws? Hey, we got to eat. All right. What? So, I left my hat and gloves. There was a sweet lady sitting behind us. She goes, hey, I got 2 in my backpack. I got her name in my phone. I'm going to give her tickets, but she saved my behind. Literally, I had a hoodie and then a 49ers t-shirt over it. And it was just starting. I could feel my back getting wet and cold. It was just starting to soak through. Once I put that thing on, I was good to go, baby. I was good to go. And what a great win. Oh, my gosh, it was a great win, end quote. Mike Brown.
I'm glad he had a good time. But when you're an NBA coach of the Sacramento Kings, you're not in John Lynch's suite. You know what I mean? You're not hanging up, rubbing elbows with John Lynch and ownership and all that.
When you say that, when I first read the story and heard it, I thought, oh, he was on the sideline. And I was like, wait, he wasn't.
He just in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Mike is that guy, like no ego, man of the people.
But it's not a Mike. It's the 49ers should be, oh, no,
right.
You're not here. You're up here.
But that's Warriors area too. Like you can't.
But he wasn't with the Warriors. He helped the Warriors
exactly.
win
You're right.
championships.
Mike Brown shouldn't have to buy a meal down there. He probably paid for his own tickets too to go support his son. I guarantee you, if Kyle Shanahan came here, he's not sitting in section 221, row J.
He is if he comes here for a Warriors game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right about that. If he comes here for wearing his Warriors gear. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, you would think.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
it was a little surprising, especially when his son works for the organization.
Right.
But you're going to use this now as fodder for your anti-49er argument, aren't you?
Well,
they didn't
treat him well. That one fan hooked him up with the poncho. I can't wait. We need to find out what game she comes to.
Yeah.
On lace her some tickets. That'd be sweet.
Is this as bad as the way the Spurs treated the
David second row, David Robinson is the greatest Spur ever. And don't tell me Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's great. Understandable. But there is no Tim Duncan without David Robinson. David Robinson should be center court. Think about it. We look at we had Mitch. We got, Brad Miller. We got everybody sitting courtside at our games. And David Robinson.
We got MC Hammer.
MC Hammer. MC Hammer ain't had a hit in about 30 years, and he get courtside seats. But David Robinson, who brought multiple championships, got to sit in second row. That's just
put that franchise on the map.
Seriously,
be an Iceman. Yeah,
that still bothers me.
All right, when we come back today in Trade Talk, there may be a new name being linked to the Kings. Tell you all about it when we come right back to the Golden One Center on Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text JUDGE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 42424. That's JUDGE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Great Clips. Visit monsterjam.com today.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high-commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renters and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Monday through Friday, Sactown Sports.
Drive guys from the Golden One Center. We got Doug Christie coming up about 10 minutes. Also, the play-by-play voice of the Hawks, Bob Rathburn, joins us at 4 o'clock. And I'm embarrassed to ask because
go ahead.
I was going to ask about, I know last week we were trying to get Mitch and couldn't get him. How's everything going with Dominique?
I'll get Dominique. Don't worry about it. All I got to
right.
do is go down there and be like, Neek, I need you on the radio. He'll be like, all right.
Okay, all right.
Dominique,
so that's
come on,
a done
that's
deal.
my guy, man.
All right.
Come on, man.
Okay. All right.
My guy Jay's texting him right now, hopefully. Trust me, Dominique.
So that's a done deal.
As long as I see him,
okay,
he's going to be on.
All right.
As long as he's here in time.
We have that to look forward to as well. Question for you. Do you know who this guy is? I don't know who he is. I mean no disrespect. Matt Moore, Action Network, an NBA writer. I don't know who that is. Doesn't mean anything, but I was wondering if you do.
Whitey, are we really doing this? I'm gonna let you.
Do you know him?
No.
Okay, I don't either.
But
then
He's been around for a while, fellas.
Huh?
He's been around for a while.
Has he? I don't know this guy.
He was
There's
actually
so
an
many
inside
guys.
prior.
He was with who?
He was with SI for a while too.
Oh, okay. All right. I was about to say, because everybody and their mom got a web page now.
That's my point.
And everything.
That's
so,
my point.
All right. I've
Nobody's
never
heard of
this
him.
guy.
Then
Jay has heard of this guy.
Yeah. Here's what he says about the Kings after missing out on OG and then Pascal Siakam. Kings will continue to look for a forward upgrade. I think we pretty much knew that. Jeremy Grant, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Herb Jones are among the names they're expected to explore options for, which is not a great sentence.
Okay.
If the Sixers decide to get spicy and need a third team to move Tobias Harris to,
I saw that.
The Kings could have interest. That's Matt Moore. What do you make of that? Anything?
Zero.
First time we've heard Herb
Zero.
Jones, other than us going, man, it'd be nice if they had Herb Jones.
Zero chance they move Herb Jones. Zero, zilch, nada, zip, nine, whatever you want to say.
I agree with you.
Zero. Herb Jones is arguably the heart and soul of that Pelicans team. And I know they made a cost-cutting move with Kara Lewis. They traded it. But Herb Jones is their best defender. Herb Jones, remember we had our boy Antonio Daniels on, said Herb Jones was the best on-ball defender in the NBA.
I agree. 100%. 100%.
This is why I need February 8th to come and go, because guys just throw out names that just don't make sense.
Yes, but that's also why we have to act on behalf of the sports consumer and let people know, if you see this, hear this.
Okay, so we can, all right.
Yeah,
all right, okay.
Yeah.
We're not discussing the merits of a Herb Jones trade. Hopefully we're not, because it's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream.
And what about Tobias Harris? Now, I've heard in the past the Kings had interest in Tobias Harris, but I don't. If the Sixers decide to get spicy, need a third team. I don't think there's anything there either.
I don't think. What is that? It's spicy and need a third team. You know, like Tobias Harris is a critical part of what they have. They want to add to what they have, and I think Tobias would be a part of staying there. Then they add it. They could make moves without getting rid of Tobias Harris. And then he says, spicy. What does that mean? Throw me some names. Say, if they decide to go out there and trade for, I don't know, Zion, or, give me some names. I hate the journalism this time of year. That's what frustrates me.
Gotcha.
Nothing against Matt Moore or anybody like that.
Right.
Guys just throw things out there, and then it gets aggregated. It gets talked about.
To be careful. You have to be so careful.
It frustrates me, man.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to, we're trying to help out fans, because fans you're so hungry for every shred of information, and some of it is just not worth your time. By the way, Tobias Harris he doesn't fit the timeline, and he's really expensive too, right?
$40 million.
Yeah,
he's making this year. Tobias.
All right.
I think his deal's up after this season, though.
Okay.
And so if you're Philly, well, never mind. I don't even.
All right, we'll leave that there for now.
Yeah, if I just get frustrated about nothing against you, Whitey. It's not about I just I'm inundated with
that's the point
trade
of the
names and everything like that, and it's like
that's
man,
why I
what
asked
are we
you.
doing?
That's why I asked you, because I don't know Matt Moore. Do you know Mark Stein?
The guy that wants playoff credentials, doesn't cover us all year long, and then wants a seat here at Golden One Center. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, guy didn't cover Sacramento all last year. We make the playoffs. He gets a credential. But yeah, I've heard of him.
He got one. He didn't just.
He got one.
Okay,
it's frustrated.
Yeah. Here's what he says on his Substack piece, which you have to pay for. But we have this: Kings are another Western Conference contender like Dallas, known to be Kyle Kuzma fans. See, now just look at that. Are they interested? They're known to be fans. What? The Wizards, though, are under no real pressure to trade Kuzma in this transaction window. Not with Kuzma in year one of a 4-year, $90 million contract that pays out $25.6 million this season, but descends all the way to $19.4 million in year 4. So again, words matter, as Bob Myers once told me. Words matter, and when you say the Kings are known to be Kuzma fans, what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Is it?
Do they want him? Are they talking?
Right. Do they like watching them on League Pass? Like, what does that mean? That's why Doc Rivers called it the silly season.
Yes.
Because you get rumors, you get this kind of stuff. People are saying things without really saying anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Guess what? I'm sure The Kings are fans of Victor Wembanyama. They like watching the young fella, entertaining product. Fans of Jason
Put
Tatum.
that on your Substack.
Right,
Yeah.
put that on your I might do that, The Kings are fans of LeBron James. They like watching him on League Pass. Does that mean anything? No. And so I need February, and I don't know how fans do it. We do it because we got to talk about it. We got to follow it. But social media right now is just a cesspool of ESPN trade machine offers and everything like that. And
go ahead. I was just going to say this. Some people like those. I can't stand them. Some people will, they'll say, hey, I have a fictional trade for you. Wouldn't this work? Now, for me, it's like, I don't care what you think. But other people are like, oh, yeah, what do you got? So for some people, it's fun. But it's just really important. And that's why we try to do it here, to let people who care know, okay, this one you might have paid attention to. This one you probably don't need to
Okay,
pay
all right. I like that exercise right there.
Yeah.
We present what it is.
Yeah.
Yay, nay, it's not true. Kings fans, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe or anything like that.
There's nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Now, what about the reports that the Lakers and Hawks have been talking about Murray, and supposedly they were talking about a first and a swap pick going from the Lakers to the Hawks, and D'Angelo Russell, which is like, well, that ain't going to get it done, right? And supposedly the Hawks said, well, we need a third team to take Russell. So to me, that sounds like that's nowhere close.
Nowhere close. I do believe the Lakers are trying to do something like that, but they don't have the assets outright to go out there and make a trade and get it to DeJounte Murray.
The Spurs got how many picks for him? Three,
yeah.
So you think that a pick swap and a one is going to get it done? No.
And D'Angelo Russell, that's not going to. But that's why the Lakers need that third team. I don't think Sacramento's in that mix because unless we're getting Rui Hachimura, and I don't know if I give up a first for Rui.
They're a fan of. They're
fans of Rui, right? From his Gonzaga days. And so I think the Lakers are a team that they're trying to get any and everybody. Any big name that's out there,
they're trying to shake it up like they did last year and get it rolling in the right direction.
Exactly. You got the Knicks reportedly involved in DeJounte Murray. And so if I'm Sacramento, and tell me why you're out on DeJounte now.
You got it. I like him as a player. I have nothing against him.
Okay.
I just know that one of the reasons the Hawks brought him in was because they wanted him to improve their defense. And he was early in his career, I think he was second team all defense. But whether it's his fault or not, he's had virtually no impact on them defensively. Maybe that's not all his fault, but whoever the Kings get, I hope that they can improve them defensively. To me, that's at the top of my list. And DeJounte Murray wasn't able to do that in Atlanta. The other thing is I fear that you're going to end up with a situation like Halliburton Fox had, where it's like, well, you can't both be point guards. So for those reasons, I would be out on Murray, even though I think he's a terrific player. The fit makes me uncomfortable. I know you disagree.
Of course I disagree. Of course, because when you look at DeJounte Murray, I think he's fourth in the league in deflections. And when you have a point guard like Trae Young, who plays zero defense, I don't care who. If your point guard is a sieve, is a matador, look at Milwaukee and the hit that they took when Dame Lillard became their point guard. They were a top 5 defensive team a year ago. Now they're, 18, 19 or whatever it is. And so DeJounte Murray, he may not be a lockdown guy, but in terms of passing lanes, in terms of positioning, and from a fit perspective, De'Aaron Fox isn't like Trae Young. Trae Young dribbles the ball a lot. Trae Young has the ball in his hands a lot. The Kings, their point guard is actually Domantas Sabonis. So can he play alongside Domantas Sabonis? I think he can. And so I'm a big DeJounte Murray. Hey,
I'm a big fan of his.
We'll see him tonight, Whitey.
I know.
We'll see if he scores in the second half tonight.
Oh, he's going to put on a show tonight without Trae Young.
Without Trae?
Yeah.
He has back-to-back game winners, too, with under 2 seconds or left last couple of games that they won. And so, no, he is legit. I like this kid.
See now the doors that I opened here, Raw, Real, and Uncut says, we need Herb Jones. I know.
See,
that's on me. That's on me.
You know who else needs Herb Jones? 29 other NBA teams.
It wouldn't be the Pelicans if he was on.
Right. And the Pelicans themselves, zero chance, in my opinion, Herb Jones gets moved. He's one of their most valuable assets in New Orleans.
How do the Kings get this thing rolling the right way again? We'll find out from Kings
Doug
legend,
Christie.
assistant coach Doug Christie joins us when we come right back to the Golden One Center. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The 49ers earned the NFC's top seed.
On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite!
Join all of our shows. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Dials, and Watkins. And the Drive Guys as they follow their quest for a 6th Super Bowl title.
Pressured right away by Young and sacked by Eric Armstead.
Sactown Sports is your home for San Francisco 49ers football.
San Francisco!
Get deals on what you need during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Right now, save $250 when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch sliding miter saw and adjustable stand together. Plus, save $710 on an LG kitchen suite and earn 3 times the bonus points on all LG appliances. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Bonus points calculated before tax and fees after applicable discounts of any. Valid 1/15 to 1/26. Subject to change.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
I think they celebrate 100 years of royalty tonight, their actual celebration. They had a season ticket holder event over the weekend. And so, yeah, it's a big night.
Big time shot maker.
Man, that dude right there. One of the nicest guys, dude. You know, I've worked with a number of people on the pre and post game show. Kenny Thomas, Matt Barnes. They're all my guys. All nice.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what Mike Bibby did. He got us all a pair of Jordans for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, about a month before, they asked everybody your shoe size, and then we gave it, and Mike Bibby and them came through like, hey, Drapes, at the studio, there's a size 13 Jordans waiting for you.
Wow.
Think about that's Mike Bibby, dude.
Yeah.
You know, all Kenny Thomas gave me was a headache, you know, and so Mike Bibby at least gave me some Jordans.
That's very nice. Very nice. Well, his former teammate, Doug Christie, should be along any minute now. As we roll on here from the Golden One Center, obviously Doug is not going to talk about trade, so we might as well wrap up the thread on Kings' potential deals. We all know it appears important that they get something done, but just the teams that you're going to talk to, Kyle, probably would behoove them to wait until the deadline before they do anything.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, deadline, 3 weeks away or something like that. And, you know, there's going to be some fireworks around the NBA.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where guys go.
Nice enough to join us now. Outstanding assistant coach with the Kings and, of course, all-time Kings legend, Doug Christie. Thanks for your time, Doug, especially on a game day. We are watching some Mike Bibby highlights here on the big board. I think they're going to honor Mike tonight. What do you remember most about that Game 5 against the Lakers, that clutch shot to beat them here at the, of course, Arco?
You know, more than anything, man, Mike, we just had a lot of fun on the court, man. He was a lot of fun, a lot of quirks and different things that I would laugh about, but I saw him the other day, man, and got to give him a hug, man. You miss the ability to interact with people like that, and he was one of my favorite teammates. But very steady player, man. Not a lot rattled him in different things, and I just remember him when he knocked it down. That place it went crazy, man. It went crazy.
Big time shot from Mike Bibby. Doug Christie joining us. Doug, you know, you got Mike Bibby. Mitch Richmond was in the building, last week as well. What's the bond like between you guys, just that team, that 0-2 team especially, and something that, you know, here in Sacramento, obviously, we'll remember forever. What's that bond like when you guys get together?
It's a lot of love. It's almost like no time has passed, which is really weird, right? Because it's been a lot of years, but when I see him, I saw Webb. Was it Detroit?
Atlanta. Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta. Yeah. And I got a chance to talk to him and see his kids, and just immediately you just start laughing. First of all, as soon as you see him, and then you start talking. It's always special. It doesn't matter if as much as I see Vlade more than I see others, I see Peja more than I see others. Obviously, when Bobby was here, but it's always the same, man. It's just it's a good vibe, good spirit, just like no time has ever passed.
Doug Christie with us. We appreciate it, Doug. And you were, of course, an outstanding foul shooter. Have you ever seen a team go through a free throw shooting slump like the one that seems to be affecting the Kings right now?
You talking about Game 7 Western Conference Finals? What the hell is wrong with you guys? No. Yeah, man. It happens. I mean, it's almost like it's a little bit contagious sometimes. Like the other night, Sasha missed the free throw, and I'm sitting beside Davion, and I'm like, "Good Lord, man! Like Sasha just missed the free throw. What is going on?" But you go through it, and you keep working on your process. You shoot the free throws. You go to practice. You work on them. You shoot them. You make them in a row. All the things that you do, and there will be a time when the tides turn, you guys. It's just one of those things that we're going through. Do you want to go through it? Hell no. Does it feel good? No, it does not. But it happens. I mean, I don't know that Malik Monk has missed 2 free throws probably in his life. I was the same way. Like, I can remember the times I missed 2 free throws, and it's shocking, but it happens. And you just got to, like I said, get your practice, get in there, shoot it, and after a while, it'll change for us.
Doug Christie joining us. Doug, obviously the season is a marathon, not a sprint. We've hit some rough patches here as of late, 4 straight losses. How would you gauge the mood of the team, and what kind of messages are you guys giving them to keep their spirits up? I know they're professionals, but what kind of messages are you guys giving them?
I mean, I think really they need to send the message. The message needs to come from the players, from the standpoint of let's get back out on the floor. Because to be honest with you guys, like if you look at Milwaukee, like that was a game that we had. It was ours. So if you win that, it changes the spirit, momentum. Then you go to Phoenix, and that's that type of falling apart. You rarely see it, but it happens from time to time. Like, and now the narrative begins to change if you just handle little things. I really thought that at that Milwaukee game that we had begun to turn a corner. And then when we came out in the Phoenix game, I said, okay, now you've taken what you did in Milwaukee and you begin to build on that. And that's really what we have to do. And I think Coach says it more than anyone about, it being a marathon and understanding that one particular instance isn't going to define who we are as a team. What we need to do is consistently try to improve daily. And over the time, the byproduct of all of that work is the playoff team that we know that we are and can be. And then when we get put on the stage, we handle our business.
Doug, you mentioned Sasha a moment ago, and he's gotten a few more minutes in each of the last couple games. Seems to be responding. What's he doing to earn those additional minutes that he's been getting lately?
I mean, Sasha's he's steady. He comes, he puts his work in. He does all the things I think that the coach would love to see from him. I just think that some matchups and different things don't play towards certain players. When he gets his minutes, I will say that he's been responsive and he's been ready to go. So I don't think it's any one thing that he's done, unless coach obviously says something different to the media. But from my standpoint, Sasha comes and he puts his work in, and it's like you'll get minutes. Sometimes you won't. But the one thing about the NBA is all of that comes back around to you. It's happened to Davion a couple of times where he was out of the rotation. He's working on his game. He's staying ready. All of a sudden, coach calls his number. He's in the game, and he's impacted winning for us. So those guys, my hat goes off to them, because that is a tough position to be in sometimes when you don't know that you're going to get the exact amount of minutes, the exact time you're going to go in the game. It can be difficult, but being a professional and handling your business the way that they have is truly respectful.
Doug, what can you tell us about this Atlanta Hawks team tonight? No Trae Young, no DeAndre Hunter. What should we be looking out for tonight?
Well, I think you're going to get a big dose of bogey. DeJounte Murray, baby boy, is going to come out. He's probably going to be very, very aggressive. Clint Capella picking, rolling, lobbing at the rim. But I think they're going to probably look to get up and down the court. We faced this a few times. Like if you take a team that has their best player and they are out of the lineup, you have to respect your opponent. And it's not necessarily always about who is in the game. It's the same with Tyrese the other night. It's like they didn't change their style. Tyrese is just a better version of what they put out there. But that style, respect it, play the right way. And that's, I think, what we're going to see from Atlanta. They're going to come out. Patty Mills is a guy who probably doesn't get a lot of minutes, but you're going to see him. We know that he's red hot and he can knock down shots. Jalen Johnson, like they have players. Now you just have to play the proper defense, respect your teammate, come out and do things. Very business-like approach is this. This is what tonight is about. You come out and you play the right way, and at the end of the night, you live with your result, and normally it's a win.
Doug, is this 3-day mini break from any games? Has it come at a good time? It's funny because we talk about a break, and Coach Brown will say, we don't have any break. We're practicing. I don't know how much you guys practice, but do you think the break, such as it is, did it come at a good time for you?
After a long road trip, I would say yes, but then we go right back out on a longer road trip. Mm-hmm. But it's, in many ways, I think the season kind of has its own life to it, and we needed a little bit of that. But at the same time, with those, when you mentioned free throws, when you look at the end of the game in Phoenix, all of those are little things that we need to work on that sometimes you don't have the practice time to really get at them the way that you want to. And when you have a couple of days of practice, you can look at the video, you can sit down and go through some drills, you can blow the whistle and stop it and make sure that things are proper. So now it's just coming out with the right energy. And I would say more than anything, it probably was a really good time.
Doug Christie joining us, assistant coach of your Sacramento Kings. Doug, obviously a tough stretch the team is going through right now, but then you got this big, long road trip. We're at 41 games into the season. How would you assess where this team is right now based on expectations?
Well, I think that the expectations of the outside world aren't necessarily expectations of what we expect of ourselves, first and foremost. So those normally never match because we have super high expectations of ourselves. So from that standpoint, we haven't hit the bar the way that we would as far as winning and losing goes. But the attention to detail, the willingness, the coming to practice, the grinding, the doing all the things that we're going to need to do to be what we would consider an elite team at the end of the season when it's going to count the most. That is what I think that we're building towards. So not at any one point in the season can you judge all of that. And I think that that's what we see a lot, whether it's social media or the outside voices. And that's why a lot of times they don't match. And that's okay because people can have their opinions and think what they want. But these guys who come in here every day and they work, and the coaches that spend hours on these computers and trying to help their players, that's really what it's all about. And have we won every game? Have we lost some that we weren't supposed to? Have we won some that we weren't supposed to? You probably say, yeah. Should the record probably be better? We would like it to be. It is what it is, and now we have to deal with it. And hopefully all these lessons that we're learning along the way help us to start to bring the bar up to where we would like it to be.
Well, thanks very much, Doug. We appreciate it. Good luck tonight. We hope to talk to you again very soon.
You got it, man. Go Kings.
All right, man. See you, Doug.
Yeah, Doug Christie. I was going to ask him about guarding Dominique. I bet you he had to guard Dominique a time or two.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Dominique might have got him a couple times or two. Yeah. We'll ask Dominique about facing Doug Christie when he comes in here. Yeah.
You promised we're going to get him, right?
Dude, if he's in the building.
Apparently we had contact with him.
Yes, exactly.
So
we got Dominique.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah. When we come back, if we're not able to get to Dominique yet, we'll look at Debo. What's up with Debo? Is Debo going to play this week for the 49ers? It's a Drive Guys from the Golden One Center on Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
Visit new and exciting places across the U.S. On Amtrak, it isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. Without any busy airports or cramped car rides, with no middle seats, extra legroom, and first-class private rooms. New adventures are just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
It's Carmichael Day with a Fire Wings announcement. The Floor and Road location now serves pizza, and oh my goodness, it's so good. Don't forget the Wings Day Wednesday lineup, 88-cent wings every Wednesday. You got 21 delicious flavors to choose from in the perfect fast casual eating establishment for the entire family. Save time and order online. Go to firewings.com or download the app. Find a location near you, order online, and earn rewards. Fire Wings. Just wing it.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531. 808-2531.
Don't miss out on New Year's savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Low prices and payments on your favorite new Kia models. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia, right here in Sacramento for over 25 years, or FolsomLakeKia.com.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install the new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
It's time to buck up, Sacramento. The professional bull riders are back. PBR Sacramento Wrangler Long Live Cowboys Classic will take over downtown's Golden One Center this February 2nd through 4th. 3 huge nights of edge-of-your-seat bucking, featuring some of the biggest bulls and toughest cowboys on the planet. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster. Get your tickets for a weekend of non-stop bucking action this February 2nd through 4th.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your 2024 grilling season right with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. It's incredible. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
What's the deal with Debo? If x-rays on his shoulder are negative, why is he 50-50 to play against the Lions this week. We've got that coming up here with the Drive Guys coming to you from the Golden One Center. Before we get to that, we just talked to Doug Christie. Of course, all guests brought to you by the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. What did you make, Kyle, of some of the things Doug Christie had to say about everything ranging from Sasha to working on your free throws to what he needs to see from the team tonight?
No, I thought it was interesting. A couple of points that Doug made. One, the free throw shooting situation. It happens, you know. I mean, you go through slumps. You go through issues in certain areas. And, you know, him saying basically you got to trust the work. Get back in the gym. Just keep working at it. No time to hang your head or anything like that.
Well, by the way, and I know we've talked about it, but it's really important to clarify, because I know some people said, they go, well, they're not working on their free throws.
Right. I mean,
that's not the case.
Every practice they work on the free throws. That's part of the practice. It's just like they work on everything else. 3-point shooting, free throws. It's all part of what they work on. And the fact also that he talked about expectations and how, you know, their expectations are higher than, you know, even those outside of the organization. And so, you know, we started off the season by talking about, you know, where Hollinger and all these guys predicted the Kings. I would imagine Sacramento, you know, in terms of their expectations, the team, the players, the people inside the organization, their expectations are to compete for a championship. And he admitted they've fallen short of where they want to be in terms of win total. But it is a marathon. You're only played 41 games this season so far. You still got half. Let's say you go, why couldn't you go 30-11, 25 and, you know, 16, which would put you at 48 wins? That's not out of the question for these Sacramento Kings. But they just got to turn around the momentum and start going the other way in a positive direction.
He said that he wants to see the Kings play the right way tonight. So that's the most important thing. Well, we don't know what it means to play Kings basketball right now, or at least I don't. What does it mean for this team to play the right way in your mind?
I think we've seen them play the right way. I would take a snapshot of the Phoenix game, not just the Milwaukee game. I think the Phoenix game, the first half, maybe 2.5 quarters, to me, that's the ideal way that they want to play. Offensively, sharing the ball, 30 assists through 3 quarters, looking great. Defensively, they made the Phoenix Suns feel them. And when I say feel them, watch. Here's an exercise for fans tonight. Mike Brown also always talks about physicality, right? Watch our defender's chest. And if it's on the body of the offensive player, that's physicality. Now, if offensive players can freely move and we're reaching in, using our hands to defend, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about being physical with the chest. And I remember it was during the Phoenix game, it was second quarter, and I was watching Kevin Huerter play. And he had his chest all up in Bradley Beal or Devin Booker. I forget who it was. Like where it was impeding them from actually getting to their spots. Not with his hands, not with his arms, but with his chest and his feet. That's Kings basketball, how Mike Brown wants it to be anyway.
To that point, here's a rule of thumb you can use if you want to use this on your broadcast. This was a former NBA official. I told you, my buddy Bill Simmons. He told me this years ago. Shoulder to the chest. You know, sometimes like as a charge, as a block. Shoulder to the chest. Defense at its best.
Ooh.
You see that?
That's my pen. I need to write that down.
There you go. You see that, and they don't always call it that way, but a lot of times they do. You see that as a charge, a block, shoulder to the chest. Defense
at its best, right?
Baby. Yeah.
Get the hands back, get the chest out.
There you go.
And that's how Mike Brown wants these guys to defend. And that's Kings defense, Kings basketball. And so that's what Doug Christie wants to see tonight as well.
And I think playing basketball the right way for all teams, but especially for this team right now, it means being selfless at both ends of the floor. We know selfless. We always say selfless on offense, share the ball. But there is nothing in basketball that is more selfless than playing good defense. Because you don't get, a lot of accolades for that. You don't get accolades for, wow, good help. Right.
That's
but
not going to show up in the box score, White.
Right. It helps your freaking team win.
Exactly. And that's, I think that's what you see from championship teams, winning teams. And when you talk about being selfless, it's not just like you said, making an extra pass.
That's a big part of it.
But it's It's both ends of the floor, whatever it takes to help the team win. Sacrifice your ego a little bit for the betterment of the team. And that's what we got to see. You know, one of the problems that I think the Kings have when you watch them play and they're late in games, they get in tight situations. And this is just human nature. Guys tend to get in their one-on-one bag instead of trusting the system, trusting their teammates, things like that. I look at Fox. I look at Malik.
I agree.
And some of our, and it was the, Allen Iverson, a great player. I used to love AI. But his problem, I felt, watching him, he thought the best way for his team to win is to score the basketball. Same thing late in games. Our guys sometimes think the best way for our team to win down the stretch is for me to make a basket.
Russ has been like that at times in his
career. Yeah, Russ has been like that as well. And it's not always like that. It's about making the right play when it's needed. It's not about going 1-on-3. And so that's Kings basketball too. Moving the ball, trusting your teammates.
Yeah.
We've seen it at times.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've noticed that about De'Aaron too. And I think the most common way to look at that is, that's selfish. But sometimes a player thinks, I want to win and I'm our best chance.
Right.
It's not selfish. Like, well, we want to win, right? Well, I have to do it. And this offense it is based on movement, ball movement, player movement, and there has to be more trust of your teammates, or there have to be better teammates, one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest thing in basketball to do, because you want to do more. You want to help. You want to, what can I do? But really, it's trusting your teammates is the best thing. And so we'll see it tonight, man. This is a big game tonight against an Atlanta team. They've won 3 out of their last 4. Severely shorthanded, however, tonight. But we've seen shorthanded teams come out. Doug mentioned Patty Mills. Patty Mills could be T.J. McConnell, part 2, if the Kings don't.
I wish you hadn't said that, but you're right.
I know. I'm just saying.
No.
Patty Mills might hit 5 or 6 threes on you. And so you got to be locked in. And I thought one thing Doug mentioned that was spot on. You got to respect the system at which these teams play. Like, you look at the Pacers, sure, no Tyrese, missing some guys, but they had lesser versions, but they still played the same way. They still played hard. They still played fast. Atlanta's number 4 in the league in scoring at 120 points per game. Sure, they don't have Trey tonight, no DeAndre, but they're going to play their same style. It's not going to be a different style of basketball, so you got to respect the style.
This is a team that can be really fun to watch, the Hawks. But this stood out to me. They are in field goal percentage, they're 22nd. In field goal attempts, they're number 1.
They get them up. They get them up.
And they don't make that many.
Right. They
so you
get
should
them
have
up.
opportunities tonight.
Yeah.
If you can defend them.
Right. This should be a high-scoring kind of game, a free-flowing Kings kind of basketball game tonight. And so I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it tonight.
Yeah, and this would be a significant win. They all are at this point.
Yeah.
No one's taking anything for granted.
A must-win, if you will, because Doug mentioned the 7-game road trip. We broke down the schedule a little bit ago. Maybe they're favored in 1, if 2 games, maybe. It's going to be a tough road trip. So this would be a good way to jumpstart. I mentioned the reverse momentum. They've lost 4 in a row. Why not go on a 4, 5, 6-game win streak starting tonight?
Good idea. Just make sure Patty Mills doesn't
right.
T.J. McConnell. Man, I wish you hadn't said that. Now I'm having
right. You're like, oh my gosh, it could happen, right?
When we come back, as promised. Yeah. Debo, the latest on Debo. Why is he only 50-50 to play this week? And does the NFL need to change the goofy rule that some say nearly ruined that playoff game last night? That's coming up as we return to the Golden One Center Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Clouds and showers will be clearing the area as we go through the night tonight.
By early tomorrow morning, there'll be some areas of fog. Otherwise, tomorrow afternoon will turn out partly cloudy with highs around 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Don't miss out on New Year's savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Low prices and payments on your favorite new Kia models. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia, right here in Sacramento for over 25 years, or FolsomLakeKia.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In the shag bag, if you want to become better at golf, maybe consider moving to the southern parts of the United States. According to the USGA, 8 out of 10 states with the lowest average handicap are situated either along or near the country's southern border. Lowest handicap is Mississippi with an average of 11.6. California comes in 35th with average handicap of 17.1. Where do you fit? Want to gain another 20 yards off the tee? Move up another set of tees. Don't let your ego get in the way. Each of us can only hit the ball so far. If you're not reaching the par fours in 2 shots, go ahead and move up a tee. You'll make more pars and a birdie or two, and your enjoyment will go up twofold. Meredith Lebeck, Director of Player Development at Granite Bay, says you can sharpen your putting skills by playing a game similar to horse on the putting green. Each person putts with the person closest to the hole winning and the others in the group getting the first letter, such as a G in the word golf. Spell golf, and you're out. Try it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Have you ever envisioned having $500,000 in advertising to conquer the remodel market, but felt overwhelmed at the thought of going it alone? Now you don't have to. Join Subcontractors United and share your advertising with 2 other contractors in your trade. Get $500,000 in advertising for only $1,042 a month. We are so sure this will work that we're giving away free advertising until June 2024 to qualified contractors. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today.
Grab the keys to a new, fuel-efficient Toyota. Head into the new year with more peace of mind and Toyota's legendary reliability. Get to your local Toyota dealer today and shop Toyota's entire lineup of 16 hybrid and electrified vehicles to choose from. Right now, get low 1.99% APR plus $2,500 bonus cash on the all-electric 2023 BZ4X. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-ready credit ends 1/31/24.
Beachhead Deli on 711 K Street is now your place to go in downtown Sacramento prior to all the games, concerts, and events. Conveniently located just across the street from the arena, Beachhead Deli features the finest gourmet sandwiches and craft beverages anywhere. Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street is also your premier lunch destination 7 days a week. Come by and say hi to new owner Brad Wakai. He's so excited to take care of all your taste bud needs. That's Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street in Sacramento.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense. It can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville,
the San Francisco 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Do you remember way back when Michael Jordan was ruling basketball? Ahmad Rashad was basically the Michael Jordan reporter. And wherever MJ went, Ahmad Rashad was there. Do you remember when LeBron, I think it was his first go-round with the Cavs, Ryan Windhorst was wherever LeBron was. Well, we have that for Sasha. We have Emmy, who's one of our finest and most reliable and trusted listeners, and she's got whatever's going on with Sasha. I think she knows before Sasha does. And thank you, Emmy, for pointing out here in the chat. Sasha listed as I think it's questionable for tonight. Turned his ankle.
Yeah, left ankle sprain. Sasha in practice, I guess it was. And,
thank you,
Emmy, with the breaking news. Huh?
Yes,
on top of it.
yes. I know I'd been asking Doug Christie about Sasha, but that's the latest on Sasha. So thank you, Emmy. We appreciate that. We're going to have the voice of the Hawks coming up top of the hour. Bob Rathburn should be joining us. He's been the voice of the Hawks since like 1996.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
One of the best in the biz at that, too. I love Bob.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Draper has already today announced that he is becoming a 49er fan going forward. Is that what you said?
Nah, I'm going to wait till they get to the Super Bowl. I'm going to wait till they get to the Super Bowl because I need one more week of if they lose, I can come in and laugh. So I don't want to pledge my allegiance to the Niners and then they get waxed by Detroit. Then that would rob me of my the fun I would have if they lost.
Okay.
Know?
So when they beat Detroit, you're hitching your wagon to them. So if by chance they lose the Super Bowl, you're going to be, oh, that's too bad. You're going to be with us.
No, I'd be like, you know what? I should have never hopped on with these guys.
I mean,
my boy Dan Campbell and company. Jay, you killing me. Is that what we're doing back there, Jay? Everything I say, you're going to clip and save as receipts?
I hope so.
Well, we're just making sure that we support you as be a part of this show. We support your team.
Man, I tell you
right.
The Niners had the least impressive win out of any team this weekend, man. They got it done.
How many teams won this weekend?
Oh, you have 4 winners.
Yeah. There's not that many teams left playing. It's a good thing to win.
I know.
No matter how you win.
Oh, it's killing me. What's upsetting? Never mind. I mean,
no, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I follow a lot of local people on social media. And I tell you what, the amount of Niners fans after they win, like my social media feed is littered with people at the game wearing red. And I was like, really? It's jarring for me. It hurts, to be honest with you.
How does it hurt?
Because these are like my guys and like this is my guy Andrew used to work here for the Sacramento Kings, my golfing buddy. Never talked about the Niners before. They win. Oh, he's at the game, at the bars, or whatever.
Using him of being a
no, I'm not
fair
I'm
weather fan.
It's like, dude, you need to pledge your allegiances first before I decide to befriend you. You know, it's like being friends with a Warriors fan. They don't mention it. And then all of a sudden, game 1 of the playoffs, they wear a Warriors gear. I need to know beforehand.
So you would have never been friends with him if you knew beforehand that he was a 49er fan.
I probably would have muted him this week after the win. But I'm telling you, you go on social media, on Instagram, and it's like, dang, you were at the game. I just forget that I'm in Niners Nation, and sometimes I get reminded
Empire.
of this.
Yeah.
I go to the grocery store. It's like, oh yeah, darn it.
They're
like,
just so immensely hot and popular.
Yeah.
If everyone now has a podcast. If you want to do a podcast and you're wondering, what do I do a podcast on? Do it on the 49ers.
Yeah. They are. I mean, it is. They're a rock star team. The fans. It's you can't escape it around here. Like, seriously.
Why would you want to, though, is a good question.
No, because I'm an Eagles guy. Like, I'm in enemy territory, and my squad got bounced. It's hard to swallow. It's like a daily reminder that your team was trash.
Yeah. Didn't Coach Sirianni fire the defensive coordinator?
Yeah. You see who they are interviewing? Ron Rivera.
Yes, I did see that.
Yes. So we're looking for a defensive coordinator in Philly. I don't know if Ron Rivera's the answer.
That'll fix it.
Yeah.
Can you be objective here as we discuss Debo?
Yeah.
Debo, that was another thing that went wrong early. Debo leaving the game looked similar to the shoulder injury he sustained in Cleveland, which turned out to be a hairline fracture. X-rays now negative, which should be, all right, great. But he's still 50-50. What do you have any idea what's going on there? Where we are with
No,
Debo?
Shanahan says he's going to be okay. Like Debo told him, I'm okay, right? I mean, but this was the same injury that kept him out a couple of games earlier in the season. I got to imagine, though, knowing what's at stake, knowing Debo, the gamer that he is, like, because remember, he came back out onto the field and then they took him out again. I got to imagine he's going to try to give it a go. With that being said, I thought Juwan Jennings stepped up admirably,
right?
In his absence, like I thought he had a hell of a game.
Yeah, it's just like when there was a play that apparently the offense that was really going to rely a lot on Debo, and they had to switch things up, and they had a running play with Juwan Jennings that they shouldn't have run, but Shanahan said, there's a word we had to take out of the play call, which would have changed it to a pass,
right?
But Brock didn't do that, and so it ended up being a run with Jennings. He just shouldn't have done that. Yeah, right. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So Debo is just that different type of player. I wonder if it's I think Coach Yak on Twitter suggested that maybe it's a AC joint. You'd think, look, it's not broken.
Right.
His legs are fine.
Right.
Hang on to the ball. Let's go, Debo.
Yes, especially when you got 2 more games to play.
Yeah.
2 more games. And this was obviously massive. Here's the question, though. Because all season long, I've been hearing from Niners fans, Jay included, the only thing that can derail the Niners are injuries. Can they overcome a Debo injury, you think?
Well, it would be tough, but they did.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was against a lesser. Now you got the number 2 seed or number 3 seed here in Detroit. Now this is a step up in competition, if you will.
Yeah, but perhaps balancing that out is the fact that the injury happened in game. Now, if you're without Debo this game or the next game, you would know ahead of time, presumably, so you can scheme around it a little bit. I think they can, but obviously, let's hope they don't have to.
Yeah, he's a big part. And to your point, it's not just the passing game; it's the running game, yards after the catch. I mean, Debo is one of the toughest guys out there, and I mentioned Juwan Jennings. Had a great game. I think he was targeted 6 times, caught 5 passes, filled in admirable. But it's not Debo,
right?
It's sort of like Doug said earlier. It's the same system to an extent, but you got a lesser version of Tyree. Juwan Jennings a lesser Debo. Like he's not the same guy.
Yeah.
And so I think this is going to be a hell of a game. Like I think the Lions. Here's the thing about the Lions that I think is different than the Packers. The Packers were gamers; they were up for it. But I don't know if inside they really felt like.
They said they did.
They said it. I don't, that. As the game went on, like I believe the Lions, they sort of remind me of the Ravens, not the Ray Lewis Ravens, after Ray Lewis, or the Jets, let's say, Bart Scott and the Jets with Mark Sanchez at quarterback, let's say. Like they believe they're going to come in and kick your butt because they take on the personality of their head coach, Dan Campbell. And so I think they'll use everybody's counting us out. Everybody's, picking the Niners. I think they'll use that to their motivation.
They barely beat the Rams. That was a heck of a game. They struggled with Tampa yesterday.
No, they got up on Tampa, and then Tampa came back, right?
Yeah, but it was a game until Mayfield's interception late. They were in that game. It's not like they blew Tampa Bay out. So their win wasn't such a quality win either. They won, and that's great. You advance, but it's not like they won 40-3 or anything. They've struggled the last 2 weeks too. Now they're, for the first time this postseason, they're on the road.
They're on the road.
They're off of the carpet. They're on the natural grass. They're done. Finished. They had a nice little year.
If the Niners struggle with the Packers,
go home.
You can't say that the Lions don't have a chance. If the Niners almost lost to the Packers, you got to give the Niners a chance, right?
Yeah. It's been a nice year for the Lions. Now it's over. Party time's over. It's time to go to bed, kids. Coming up next, Bob Rathburn, voice of the Hawks. What are the Hawks going to look like without Trey tonight? We'll find out when we return to the Golden One Center. To Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have, because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
If you're looking to move out of your parents' place, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive, which is good because your little brother has gotten really territorial. You're blood related. You'd think it would be fine to share food in the fridge. I mean, who writes their name on every individually wrapped slice of cheese, Tyler? Still, you've got to admire the commitment. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and use the savings to help you move out and have all the cheese you want. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there. Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. CordellCordell.com.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers, the No Surprise guys. We love that old song, Respect. You know, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. It's a good song and a good business philosophy. At Bell Brothers, everything we do is designed to show respect for our customers. We show up on time out of respect. Our technicians are clean-cut, friendly, and wear identification badges out of respect. We do good deeds for free for our customers and leave their homes cleaner than we found them. That's right, out of respect. So, if you want plumbing and AC service from a company that will show you some R-E-S-P-E-C-T, call Bell Brothers. We promise to respect your time, your home, and you. Call Bell Brothers right now to schedule an $87 precision tune-up. Or call if you have plumbing problems. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
We're on the Golden One Center to Drive, guys, and we're getting ready, of course, for the Kings and the Hawks. Hope to be checking in with Bob Rathburn, longtime voice of the Hawks here. Kings tonight will be wearing, Kyle just informed me, that's a City Edition uniform, so that's kind of the 100 years tribute jerseys, kind of like the old Cincinnati Royals looking jerseys. It's a nice
I
look.
love those. Yeah, those are nice jerseys. I know it doesn't have the purple that fans
no purple,
see,
blue
but,
and blue and red.
those are pretty sweet actually.
There's a really cool article in The Athletic about how difficult it is for the NBA to figure out who's wearing which jerseys which nights, because it used to be, a home team wears white.
Yeah, it used to be.
And now it's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Wow.
Because the home team rarely wears white anymore.
Who gets to decide? Like, who gets the first choice?
I think the home team gets first choice, the road team gets second choice. But sometimes, well, wait, you can't both wear red,
right?
So then somebody's got to step in. Our next guest remembers when it was a lot simpler. He's been the play-by-play voice of the Hawks since 1996. Pleasure to welcome to the Drive, guys, Bob Rathburn. Bob, how are you this afternoon, sir?
Hey, guys, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, without Trae Young tonight, how much more do the Hawks need from DeJounte Murray?
A lot. That is a lot to take out of our lineup. He's the 9th leading scorer, is Trae, 2nd in assists, 10th in steals. He's the focal point of, pretty much everything we do offensively. But we've been able to hang in there. This will be the 4th game that he's missed, and we're 2-1 of the games that he's been absent. He got smoked pretty good Saturday night, so he's in concussion protocol. We probably won't see him on this trip. We go right back home. We just come out here for 2 games, which is nuts, and then turn around and go home. We're home Friday night against Dallas. But DJ's got to step up, but we all have to step up. I mean, it is it's hard on the road, and without Trae, it makes it a little tougher.
Bob, one guy we've seen step up is DeJounte Murray. Obviously, you were able to call back-to-back game winners from him. What has he been like with the organization, and just speak to what he brings to the table and what Kings fans can expect from him tonight?
Well, I'm sure you all remember him from San Antonio when he was a visitor that was here often. It's the same DJ. You get scoring, kind of the king of the mid-range, very good defensively. He's starting tonight 14th in the league in steals, but he's having his best year in terms of his three-point shooting. He's getting up 6 a game, which is a career high, 38%, which is solid, and his best overall shooting percentage in his career at 47%. So he's really put together a fine season. It's going to be tough, and it's one of the reasons I think you hear all the trade rumors is because you've got 2 ball-dominant point guards trying to coexist in the same backcourt. And I think Quinn Snyder does a very good job of staggering the minutes. So they're not out there together all the time. But start of the game, end of the game, Trae and DeJounte are there together. But tonight it'll have a completely different look. DeJounte played in Miami, I want to say close to 40 minutes in a game, as you mentioned, went right down to the wire. So I would think he'll be out there tonight. He'll draw Fox, and that's a tough night for work for anybody. And he's going to have to play some major minutes. We're not that deep. We're a little banged up, and the depth that we do have is not at the point guard position. So it'll be a long night for DJ. He'll be out there quite a long time.
Catching up with the TV voice of the Hawks, Bob Rathburn. And Bob, the Hawks have, as you say, they're a little shorthanded now. So much talent on the roster. It's hard to believe that they're only 18-24. I know that they have struggled on the defensive end, but why is a team with that much talent, why have they struggled to the point of being 6 games under 500 to this point?
Well, it sounds like an excuse, guys, and I don't mean it to be that way, but injuries. We went through a stretch with Jalen Johnson out for 14 games, and we went 4-10. We haven't seen DeAndre Hunter in a month. These are two of your best defenders. I mean, Hunter's our best wing defender, and we haven't had him, basically half the season. That's a little bit much for us to overcome. We've had fits and starts with our bench. It's been a little tough for us. Bogey's been great, but AJ Griffin, who we counted on to really be a force in the rotation after a great rookie season, has been nowhere to be found. He's fallen out of the rotation. Onyeka Okongwu has not played nearly the spirited basketball that he did a year ago. So, good players, good team, but it's been a struggle. And defensively, we have been quite poor.
Bob Rathburn joining us. Bob, you mentioned Jalen Johnson and just his impact. Speak to, if you would, just the night and day difference he makes for this team.
Well, he's the one piece on the chessboard that Quinn can move around a little bit. He's 6'8", 6'9". He can play inside. He can play outside. He can shoot it. He's over 40, close to 40% on his threes. He's 16th in the league in shooting overall. He can pass the ball. He can rebound. He can run. He can fill the wing. He can guard your best wing or four for that matter. He can rebound the ball. He's over 8 boards a game. I mean, this kid has just blossomed. I think if we were winning, he would get a lot more attention nationally for most improved. He's been really, really good, and we missed him. And this all changed for us when he went down. I don't know what happened to the team chemistry or the togetherness, but it kind of shocked the system, and we, quite frankly, haven't recovered. Even though he's been back and playing, we haven't been able to string the wins together like we did when he was healthy. As I mentioned, we were 4-10 without him. So this guy's a very valuable piece, and I think the sky's the limit. This kid's just 22 years old. He's in his third year, really didn't play much his first 2 seasons. So for him to come on like this has really been good.
Bob Rathburn, the legendary voice of the Hawks, with us here, Drive Guys. And I know this may be somewhat painful memory for you, Bob, but I want to ask you about the last time these two teams played. I mean, what impressed you the most about the way the Kings were able to come back in Atlanta last month?
Oh, my goodness. That was as weird a game as either team has seen, right? I mean, you guys have seen some big leads go away recently, and that was the night where you guys came back. I mean, our first quarter, we looked like the 86 Celtics in the first quarter. I think we're up, Kyle, 23, I think?
Yeah.
In that game.
Yep.
And
31-8 at one point. Yeah.
Yep. And it all melted for us in the fourth quarter when De'Aaron got going. So it was a weird one, that's for sure. And, it was funny because, it was Herter's homecoming. He still remembered fondly in Atlanta. And I think he hurt his hand like in the first minute of the game. And, he got yanked. Barnes got yanked. So it was like 2 starters out, and they still did that to us. So, but, you talk about games. I haven't recovered from the first Kings-Hawks game, which was on November the 15th of 1949. Rochester got us 93-81, but we didn't have a chance. They had 4 Hall of Famers in that game. They had no chance.
Bob Rathburn joining us. Bob, great stuff. You broadcast with the Hall of Famer, Dominique Wilkins. What's that like for you night in and night out? Because every time I see Dominique, I'm still in awe. And he still looks like he could go out there and get about 15 points a game.
Well, I thought you were going to say you broadcast that first game in 1949.
Right.
Working with Nick is a blast. He's not here tonight. He's got this week off. Yeah, he didn't come on this one. Brian Oliver's going to be with me. But Nick's got a son who's a junior in high school on the best team in the state, and he's taken some time to catch some of his games. Okay. And so he's off on this trip. But it is a blast. I have known him since he was in high school. We both grew up in North Carolina. And I had a chance to call one of his high school games and a game at Georgia. And, of course, we've been together for 15 years in the NBA with the Hawks. He's I think, the most approachable superstar this league's ever produced.
Yeah.
I mean, he signs every autograph. He takes every picture. He is a legend, and in the broadest sense of the term, because he's as big now in Atlanta as he's ever been, and he hasn't played in 30 years. He is the face of the franchise, and always will be, and I'm privileged to work with him and call him friend.
That's Bob Rathburn, voice of the Hawks. Nice enough to join us here as we get ready for the Hawks and the Kings at the Golden One Center. Bob, fans around here, as you well know, are always going to be big Bogey fans. It looks like he's having a real good year for the Hawks. Tell us about Bogey and how beloved he is by his teammates and what he's contributed to the Hawks since leaving Sacramento.
Sure. He's beloved in Atlanta. I assume as he was beloved here.
Yeah.
He'll start tonight with Trey out, but he's going to smash Wayne Ellington's record for threes off the bench. He's been marvelous. And everybody fell in love with him because, we've had some pretty good teams over the last few years, and Bogey's been a big part of it. We just say thank you to Sacramento for not matching the offer sheet. After Milwaukee got their wrist slapped, we were able to swoop in there and get him. And he's such a great pro. He's no spring chicken. We got to kind of nurse him along, not playing heavy minutes with his knees and stuff. But he's the same guy that I think you all remember from here. He always got a smile on his face. He's a tremendous competitor, great teammate. We're lucky to have him.
We appreciate your time, Bob. So if the Hawks come out with a little extra fire tonight, I assume that'll be because Quinn Snyder will pump them up about that original Hawks Kings game in the 40s.
Yeah, I told Quinn this morning, sure, we got screwed. We didn't go to the line. I mean, it was awful. And Quinn's coaching his 700th game tonight, fellas. He just won number 400. He and Mike Brown, as you know, go way back.
Yep.
As he was on Mike's staff with the Lakers for a year, and boy, are we thrilled to have him. Quinn and I go back to when he was a junior at Duke. Wow, and I was calling his games in the ACC. So we've had a long friendship, and I'm thrilled he's in Atlanta.
Bob, thanks for your time. Have a great call. We appreciate it very much and hope to talk to you again soon.
You got it, guys.
All right, Bob. See you in a little bit.
Yeah, Bob Rathburn, legendary voice of the Hawks. What's the 49ers' biggest concern getting ready for the Lions this week? We're right back with that from the Golden One Center. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Have you ever envisioned having $500,000 in advertising to conquer the remodel market, but felt overwhelmed at the thought of going it alone? Now you don't have to. Join Subcontractors United and share your advertising with 2 other contractors in your trade. Get $500,000 in advertising for only $1,042 a month. We are so sure this will work that we're giving away free advertising until June 2024 to qualified contractors. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Start your year off right with a great lease deal on a new Toyota. Shop a wide selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs from the most reliable brand on the road. Right now, get $1,000 bonus cash when you lease a 2024 Camry. Or when you finance with Toyota, get $1,000 bonus cash on the all-new Grand Highlander gas models. Or $1,500 bonus cash on select 4Runners. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Excludes hybrids, ends 1/31/24.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
but he did happen to mention that Dominique's not here. So I'm wondering how Kyle Draper's going to get him on the show today after promising.
Oh, man, I'm bummed
that Neek would be with us today.
I didn't know Neek wasn't on.
You heard him, RJ. He promised.
I said if Neek walked in this building, I got him. He's coming up. But I did not know Neek was not going to be in the building today. That hurts.
Yeah. We'll get Mitch on. We'll get Brock on. We'll get Dominique on. But I guess he still could come on because I think Jay actually reached out.
Jay's efforting.
Yeah.
Jay's efforting. Jay, what's the latest on Neek? Is he at his kid's basketball game or his nephew's basketball game? What's happening, man? Hopefully we get him on. You can't. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We only played the Atlanta Hawks twice.
I know.
I struck out down there in Atlanta because he was on the floor and I was way up yonder. Now he's not even here. I feel like a loser if I don't deliver Dominique.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
Yeah.
Some point.
Yeah.
He'll probably, he'll come on. Doesn't have to be against the Hawks when we have him on.
Yeah.
Right? He's freaking Dominique Wilkins.
That's Dominique. Anytime you could talk to him, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. You better get him on at some
I didn't
point.
say when I'd get him on.
Sure.
I said I'd get him on.
Yeah. Let's see. On the chat here, Drapes Purdy got that come from behind win. What's your take on? I'm not sure if I missed it. He knows he didn't play a great game. That's from Cousin Pete. Just wondering how you feel about
No, Cousin Pete said it. Didn't play a great game, but he led a great drive at the end and got the W. And broken clock is right twice a day. And no, I thought Brock looked good when it mattered the most. I gave him a B- for a grade. If he passed the test, he advanced, but I don't think this will be on this game will be on Brock Purdy's career highlights or anything like that. Maybe that last drive, but he didn't do anything that stood out to me.
I got a question. If a broken clock is right twice a day, when are you going to be right about Brock Purdy?
I said he was a good quarterback. What do you guys want? You want me to, outfit him with a jacket for Canton or something? The dude, what has he done? He's won 3 playoff games in his career, and you want me to be
4? And the other one he got
creamed. He got knocked out, and so give it some time. Like when you look at, here's the thing about Brock, and I'll call it like I see it. I'm looking at Josh Allen. Tough loss last night. But Josh Allen, his throws are like, he has a cannon.
Sure.
He is Brock Purdy.
Doesn't take care of the ball very well. But.
Brock Purdy, his completions look almost, how should I put it? Lucky? Not I don't know.
No,
it's just a difference. It's just a difference.
Remember a minute ago when you said, what do you want me to say about Brock Purdy? You hear
No, but you got to admit, it's different. Like
the throw to Kittle was an amazing throw.
But it was an amazing throw. And I'm like,
he doesn't have the arm strength of Josh Allen.
Josh Allen threw, I think, 70 yards yesterday on that pass to Stephon Diggs. 60 yards that Stephon Diggs dropped. I mean,
that was a great throw.
I just think
didn't do him any good.
Brock Purdy, we did the exercise a few weeks ago. He's probably right around number 10 in the NFL in terms of quarterbacks. That's just where he is. That's not a slight.
10 in the NFL.
That's not a slight. Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're moving up. You're trying to downplay it. He's probably a top 10. Well, here is my question. The reason I brought it up here.
Yeah.
What do you think the 49ers' biggest concern is right now? With the Lions coming up, they won, but Brock Purdy wasn't great. Debo hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
The defense got gashed a little bit by the Packers. The Lions, they looked like a team of destiny. What do you think the 49ers' biggest concern is right now?
I think the 49ers are at a point where it's not about what the other team does. It's about what you do. Like the Lions, number 2 in rushing defense. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, am I really up at night worried about that? Not really, because they mentioned it on the broadcast yesterday or Saturday. There have been times where they got 5, 6 guys, 7 guys in the box, and they still run it because you got CMC. And so I think if I'm the Niners, my biggest concern is the health of Debo Samuel, to be honest with you, because Debo, to me, opens up the playbook a lot more. You mentioned the run that they had with Jennings should have been a pass. Well, when you got Debo, that's another weapon that teams have to account for. And without that, as much as I love Brandon Ayuk, I don't think he strikes the fear in opposing defenses like Debo does, like CMC does.
You may be right. It's not the way I see it, but that's a strong. I can't really.
Oh, you can't really shoot that down.
No, of course not. But to me, the biggest concern is Ambry Thomas. Ambry, freaking
a
Thomas.
Playmaker out there. Yeah.
They targeted him 5 times. The Packers did 3 completions and 2 massive PIs on third down.
Yeah,
massive. And it's like clearly, it's like they're going. Where's number 20? Where there he is? Pass interference. I mean, I think
that's been a concern all year, though, right?
Well, yeah, but now they've got with the safeties. They've had so many injuries to the safeties. Right. Yeah, they're a little shorthanded, and they've tried a number of guys. It has been a weakness all year. You're right, but it was really a weak spot Saturday against the Packers, and they got away with it. But the Lions are watching all that, and Goff has to be looking at that and just like drooling as he's watching,
licking his chops.
So that's a huge concern. I think Debo's going to be okay, maybe just because I hope he is. Like you said, it's a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And he's got whatever it is, he's got a week to rest it, right?
Yeah,
put some ice on it,
right? Put some icy hot or something. Yeah, exactly. No, but to your point, Jared Goff has been playing lights out. I mean, he is, obviously, with the Rams, he advanced to the Super, but like coming to the Lions, he's been much better,
really good
than a lot of people.
He's a very gifted passer.
He is a very gifted passer. With that being said, can he deliver in the big games on the road against this defense? The front four, if you get pressure, I mean, that's what it's about. If he doesn't have time to pass, then the secondary isn't as much of a concern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Goff's. I'm just looking at some of the numbers. Wow, 74% completion percentage in the postseason. 3 touchdowns, 0. He's been lights out. He has been amazing. I don't know. I don't think that worries me as much against this Lions team as it would in the Super Bowl against Pat Mahomes.
Sure,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's
like
scary.
That like then I'm like, what are we going to do? And so I don't know. I will see how it plays out.
The other thing that concerns me about the 49ers, remember last week we talked Friday about something that was in wherever it was, The Athletic. A scout, anonymous scout, NFC scout was asked, are there any weaknesses with the 49ers? And he said 2 things. He said, we don't know if they can come from behind. Right. And the other thing he said, the offensive line.
Ooh.
And one of the reasons Brock Purdy struggled, the main reason is because for some reason he just couldn't complete the simplest passes, which we know he in the past it's been automatic. The other thing is there's a lot of times when he was hit just as he was throwing the ball.
Right. And that's
they were in his kitchen.
Yes, and that's a way to rattle Brock Purdy, if you will, get to him. But that's with any quarterback. We saw it with Josh Allen yesterday. You get up in their face, it becomes more difficult. Like on that pass, I forget who it was. For Josh Allen, he is looking into the end zone, came up about 5 yards.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been huge. I just think you're right about that.
But it's not only just rattling him, it's like literally he's getting hit as he throws it. Yeah. It makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah. And then you worry about his health as well, too. How many hits he's going to take. But play action pass, the run game, that's been a knock on Shanahan. Not using the run game enough. Too many passes.
The Lions have, as we said, top run defense.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a Brock Purdy game where he has to throw it 35, 40 times this week? We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a lot of unique challenges the Lions present. Thank goodness that you can clearly see it's time for the midnight's going to strike.
Yeah.
And that carriage is turning back into a pumpkin. Thanks,
Lions. Or Brock Purdy?
Lions. The Lions. Hope you had your fun.
I think it's going to be an epic game, man.
Hope you'll root for us in the Super Bowl, guys. NFC brethren.
Lions pass defense, though, is suspect. Their their run defense is tremendous, but there might be some holes. That's why Debo is going to be so important this week. There might be some holes in their pass defense.
See, was it last year, the last game of the year when the 49ers played in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
And it was like New Year's Eve or something, and they came out throwing. everyone's waiting for him to run. I want to see them do that this week.
You want to see them throw?
Yes.
Don't even test them run.
Come out, throw,
with
throw,
CMC.
throw,
You
throw,
don't
throw.
want them to. You don't want them to.
I don't want to start the game with that.
Okay. All right.
Throw, off balance, and then you start running. Then they got no chance. When we come back, I want to see what Drapes thinks about we talked about this earlier, just touched on it. The NFL rule that some say nearly ruined the game last night. Is it time to change it? That and more on the Kings and Hawks as we return to the Golden One Center to Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clouds and showers will be clearing the area as we go through the night tonight. By early tomorrow morning, there'll be some areas of fog. Otherwise, tomorrow afternoon will turn out partly cloudy with highs around 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
It's time to buck up Sacramento. The professional bull riders are back. PBR Sacramento Wrangler Long Live Cowboys Classic will take over downtown's Golden One Center this February 2nd through 4th. 3 huge nights of edge-of-your-seat bucking, featuring some of the biggest bulls and toughest cowboys on the planet. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Stop by any participating Save Mart location for a 20% off ticket discount code when you buy Monster Energy.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville. Beachhead Deli on 711 K Street is now your place to go in downtown Sacramento prior to all the games, concerts, and events. Conveniently located just across the street from the arena, Beachhead Deli features the finest gourmet sandwiches and craft beverages anywhere. Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street is also your premier lunch destination 7 days a week. Come by and say hi to new owner Brad Wakai. He's so excited to take care of all your taste bud needs. That's Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street in Sacramento.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
The Drive Guy. Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
And we're coming to you from the Golden One Center. Kyle Draper, Kevin Whitey, Gleason with you. Did you watch the game Saturday? Yeah, you probably listened to it here on Sactown Sports, the 49ers and the Packers. Everybody watched the game Saturday. The telecast Saturday night averaged 37.5 million viewers and peaked at 40.9 million viewers, according to early numbers. I guess in TV, you're in TV. I'm not in TV. It's like they get the numbers, preliminary numbers, and then they find out as the days go on, oh, there were more people they can add to them. So these early numbers are sensational. And according to Josh Dubow of the Associated Press, the 49ers 24-21 win looks like it'll be the most watched Saturday telecast on any network since the 1994 Winter Olympics.
Wow. Really?
We're talking like Nancy Kerrigan and, the Tanya Harding and all that.
Yeah.
Why me? Why me? The most watched Saturday telecast on any network since the 1994 Winter Olympics.
That is amazing. And there's been some great games. I mean, we know football is king, obviously, but for that matchup?
Yeah. Total audience was up 31% from last season's Saturday night divisional round game between the Giants and the formerly known as a playoff team, Eagles.
Ouch. Here's the thing. The Niners are one of those franchises that transcend.
It's a brand.
It's a brand. Exactly. It's, fans coast to coast, interest coast to coast. And I can throw the Packers in there also.
Yeah.
The Packers are a legacy franchise as well. It's not like, it was Niners in Jacksonville or Niners and Arizona Cardinals. These are two legacy franchises going at it. And it's amazing. Whoa, what the? Dog, we doing radio here, baby. You all right?
Okay.
What the heck?
What's going on?
Man, Tony, you're killing me, bro. Hey, I know you want to get on the radio with us, but you could just ask. All right. Gee, he scared the bejesus out of me.
I just thought somebody fell.
I know. That's what I thought.
There's not a lot of area for these chairs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but you got two legacy franchises going at it. Meanwhile, the championship games are Sunday, right?
Right. Yeah. Do you think it? I do. I think it probably bothers Aaron Rodgers a little bit on some level that I'm Aaron Rodgers and I'm finally out of Green Bay, and they okay, fine. And then they go to the playoffs without him, and everyone is just raving for good reason about Jordan Love.
Do you think it does, or is he so unaware that it doesn't?
Maybe petty, but I kind of hope it does.
Exactly, I hope it does.
Yeah,
I hope he's at home stewing like, oh my gosh, Jordan Love made it to the playoffs, and it looks like they clearly got their franchise quarterback in Green Bay, and I don't think anybody's missing the Aaron Rodgers. You could argue Aaron Rodgers is probably the most underachieving quarterback that we've had in a while. Just the one Super Bowl,
right?
Like he can't be considered among the all-time greats. I know he got a couple of MVPs, but with one Super Bowl,
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like
an interesting debate, but I know exactly what you're saying.
He's like the Jerry West of, wow. It's like, great, got the
ain't no logo. There's no Aaron Rodgers logo.
Ain't no Aaron Rodgers logo. But the championships, it's like, Eli Manning got more titles than Aaron Rodgers.
The thing that I remember too is when they drafted Jordan Love, and it was so disrespectful to Aaron and how do you do that? Well, it's working out, isn't it?
It working out, and the kid looks great. Obviously, he's going to be salty about that pass, but him and Matt LaFleur, they seem like Coach they got a good thing going, and it seems like the Packers are set for a while.
Yeah, as I told you last week, this right now we got Josh Allen, we got the Allen Mahomes rivalry. We used to have Brady, Peyton. We used to have way back when, like Johnny Unitas and Bart Starr, whatever. Yep. And now Brock Purdy and Jordan Love. It's the next one.
Is that it? Not CJ Stroud and Jalen Hurts ain't that old either.
Who?
You acting like Jalen Hurts.
I'm sorry.
On his way out or something like that.
The quarterback of the formerly known as a playoff team Eagle.
The reigning NFC champion quarterback.
Technically true. Technically true for a few more days.
Oh, you're killing me, man. You got to take a shot at my boy Jalen Hurts.
You brought him up. I'm just like, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
That
sure,
guy. Right.
Sure.
Right.
There was a controversial play last night. It ended up ultimately it didn't impact the game, and the Chiefs won. But the Chiefs driving for what looked like it's going to be a clinching touchdown. Then there's a fumble. One of those. This never happened for like 60 years, and now it happens all the time. Fumble through the end zone that goes out of bounds, which means it's a touchback. Buffalo gets the ball at the 20-yard line. And some people are saying, oh, what a terrible rule. They need to change that, and I guess the NFL has talked about it. What do you think of that rule?
Two things. One, it doesn't make sense.
I agree. I agree with that.
But the second part is, I don't know what does. Like, what else makes sense? Like, does the team that fumbled, should they get it back at the 1? Like, what do you do in that situation? I don't know the answer to this one.
I'm okay with it the way it is because it's so screwy.
Right.
And it's like, you got to take care of the ball down
there.
Exactly.
You can't be rewarded or whatever. Like, if you fumble the ball, you got to pay the consequences.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what else can you do? Like, if you fumble the ball, you should not be allowed to get it back. All right, it's your ball, but back at the 20-yard line. Or something. That doesn't make sense to me.
Are you with me? I never saw that for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it seems like in the last, 10 years, it happens
It
all the time.
happens all the time now. It happens all the time. Like you said, though, take care of the ball.
Right.
We wouldn't have this. Like, going into the end zone, take care of the ball. It is a fluky rule, and I don't know how they came up with that. Like,
it's one of those ancient rules, right? That somebody came up with in 19 whatever, and they just, we didn't even know it was the rule. Why is that the rule? I don't know. But even Andy Reid said, was it Hardeman that I think he said he was going for the extra effort, give him credit, but you just can't do that there. And players now are taught. Like I remember Raider fans remember Carr doing that, like reaching in. And it's like, you can't do that anymore.
You get knocked out. Right.
Yeah.
It gets knocked
it's
out.
Not worth the risk.
Yeah. Somebody on the text line, it's the Raider rule, bubbling at the end zone, the Raider rule kids, Stabler, Derek Carr, he's saying offense should get the ball back, but that doesn't make sense to me. Like because you fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
You coughed it up.
But if the other team doesn't recover, I mean, if it's anywhere else on the field, if I fumble it and it goes out of bounds,
we keep it. Yeah, you get to keep it. Yeah. Why through the end zone?
If they change it, they'll probably make it like a touchback, but you get to keep it. But like you just said,
take it back to the 20 or 25.
But I'm actually okay. It's so weird. I'm like, no,
okay,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Everything else makes sense. That one doesn't make sense no matter what. It just doesn't make sense.
Do you think if that had, let's say, Kansas City ended up losing the game, would that have ruined the game? That's what I think Mike Florio was saying today. That would have ruined the game.
City lost the game
because of that.
No, that's part of the game. Why would
it
ruin the game? The rule's been on. It'd be different if this was a rule that they just made up last year or something. But this is part of the game.
And it was maybe because I didn't really care.
Don't fumble the ball.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe because, I just wanted to see a good game. But it was so dramatic when that happens. Like, oh my goodness!
Right.
And I saw it, and just like right away, whoever was a Buffalo linebacker or somebody was going, "No, that's a touchback! That's a touchback!" Like, wow, it was unbelievable,
unbelievable. And in that moment too, a playoff moment, going in for the touchdown, division championship game, and it was dramatic, like you said, and it could have changed the course of the game.
Yeah.
Really,
you know what? I don't even mind the Taylor Swift anymore when they show her. I don't mind that at all. No. Like, no, she's there. I get it. Fine.
Did you have a problem with Jason Kelsey being shown all the time or no?
Well, I had a problem with him taking his shirt off. He's in a luxury box. Other people are outside.
Right.
You're in a luxury box.
But my guy, Jason Kelsey, and nothing better to do this time of year for Jason Kelsey. So
no, he's my guy now since he admitted. He said,
that the 49ers broke. He did not say that. He did not say the 49ers.
I'll try to walk
You're misquoting him right there.
That was pretty much what he said. We got a chicken or the egg Kings question involving Harrison Barnes when we come back to the Golden One Center to Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross keep you up to date on all things red and gold during the Niners at 9 every weekday at 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there. Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. 8+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Discover Timber Creek Ballroom, a hidden gem in West Roseville, boasting an 18-hole golf course and the perfect event venue. Whether you're planning a wedding, a corporate event, or any special occasion, Timber Creek Ballroom offers natural beauty, elegant spaces, and affordability, with room for 50 to 300 guests, indoors or outdoors. Timber Creek Ballroom has the perfect spot for your event. Visit timbercreekballroom.com for details. Excellent meets affordability at Timber Creek Ballroom, where your extraordinary events come to life.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Coming to you from the Golden One Center, it's the Drive Guys. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you see right behind me there is Channel 3's Del Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see him right there. I don't know if I should say hi to him or not.
Why not?
Well, because years ago, and I know I just shared the story with you off here. Years ago, there was a media free throw shooting contest when they had the downtown plaza. And it was different, before the arena. And I think Del and I were in the finals. And there was a gentleman that used to listen to the station, a huge Kings fan. His name was Scott. He used to dress as a cow and come to the games and bring the biggest cowbells and get behind the Lakers bench and just bang, 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 bang. And Scott came out to this media free throw shooting contest, and he had the biggest cowbell you've ever seen in your life. It was bigger than any actual cowbell would ever be. And every time Del was shooting, bam, 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 bam. And I ended up winning the contest. And I don't know that
you won it.
I don't know that I've
Won.
spoken to Dell since.
He's probably still
Scared man don't win. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, man.
Reach
Make
on
a
over
minute,
your shoulder.
You know?
Drapes, go ahead and throw a peace sign up to him. What's up, Dale?
How are you, Dell? Yeah.
Hey,
boy.
Dale, hold on for a sec.
Tell him come on over here. Whitey.
Yeah.
You gotta keep talking.
Yeah. We'll see if. No. Yeah.
He said you got it wrong. He said he got
Yeah. I just.
What was the real story behind that, Dell?
Yeah.
He made the last shot, he
did
said.
the last shot. Yeah.
That's it.
I just remember that there was a fan who was making a little noise when you shot. That probably wasn't fair, Dell. Yeah.
It's home court advantage, man. You feel bad for winning.
That's right.
Oh, Whitey, you too nice,
What was the prize, Whitey? What was the prize?
It was actually a significant amount of money that you could give to whatever charity
really
you wanted to, and I donated it to a basketball team that I was coaching.
Oh, that is foul.
But no, because I didn't use it, but I used the money to get this team that I coached into a summer league so they could play. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
You
sound like one of these AAU coaches nowadays.
I didn't pay I didn't pay the Flares. It was an entry fee to get into a tournament.
I don't know.
At basketball.
Should have hit him with the NIL there, Whitey. Nothing wrong with that.
NIL deal.
No. Come on, I was totally above board.
Some of these AAU coaches be lining their pockets.
No, I didn't profit. I didn't.
Hey, parents, it costs $600 to enter this tournament when really only it costs $300.
No,
I've heard of that out there. All right.
You can't prove that. I mean, I didn't do that. I wouldn't do anything like that. But I do remember Dell was pretty, obviously, a former pro football player.
Dell remembered that story. He's still bothered by that. He's like, yeah, Whitey, you got me that day. But that's
all right. I had a little advantage there. Harrison Barnes question for you. I listen, of course, to Stiles and Watkins every day. And today, Chris had an interesting fact. He's looking at touches. And last year, Harrison Barnes was, according to Chris Watkins, if I remember him correctly, HB last year was third on the team in touches. And this year he's fifth.
Okay.
So it's like, So what do you think? Is HB fifth in touches because his production's down, or is his production down because he's fifth in touches?
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's fifth in touches because his production is down. You also have to look at his minutes.
Yes.
As well. His minutes are down. Why are his minutes down? Because his production is down.
Right.
And so I think, I would like, I'm sure they measure this somehow. Percentage of touches when you're on the floor, something like that.
Sure.
And so I just don't think, his opportunities have been there as much, and they've been declining and going down because his minutes have been slashed. I'm gonna pull him up right now. It's like usage. He doesn't. His usage isn't as high because he doesn't get a chance to be out there as much.
Yeah, and I know people complain about HB, and you defend HB, but you've admitted as well. You said, he needs to be better. Yeah, that's one of the reasons the Kings of late seem to be flagging.
Yeah, he's playing 3 minutes less per game now. And let me take a look at the Kings as a team, because I would argue minutes factor into that, if you will. The Kings as a team here. Got it? Minutes played per game.
Right now, Basketball Reference.
Yep, Basketball Reference.
Kyle Draper, checking it out here, doing some research.
All right.
Just trying to figure out what is HB. Is he getting fewer touches because he's not as productive, or is he not as productive because he's not getting as many touches?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. This internet thing.
I do think one thing that people, a lot of people are wondering, why does he continue to start? And I think he's still their best option. But also, I think if you are, in fact, trying to move him, if that's a possibility, maybe they're not actively trying to move him, but if he's one of the pieces that you'd be willing to move, last thing you want to do is bench a guy, then that just devalues one of your pieces, your assets that you're trying to spin off.
Yeah, 100%. So he's fourth in minutes behind Fox, Sabonis, Keegan, and Malik Monk. Now, Malik, his touches are going to be higher.
Yes.
Because he's He's running. He's the guard. Like, he's bringing the ball up. He's touching the ball. What's interesting, I would like to see his touches versus, let's say, Kevin Huerter, who's at 23.8 minutes per game. I'm gonna work on this here.
Watch out, we got an officer on deck here.
You know what? I thought that was the high flyer, and I was about to give him some stuff. G-Man, I respect you. You know, you can walk over anything you want. If it was the high flyer, he was getting an elbow. I tell you that. Don't just come.
Thanks for the water.
Yeah, thank you, G-Man. Appreciate that. I was thirsty. Pulling up those numbers right now in terms of touches and things like that. Kevin Huerter's only at 23 minutes per game this season. Think about that. This is your starting two guard. That shows you how much he's struggled. I would argue when you look at his last 3 games, though, he's been such a valuable part of what they do. Like, I would like to see his minutes go up. I'm going to pull up his game log here. And it's crazy to think he's still only 25 years old. Like, for some reason, it feels like Kevin Huerter's been around forever.
Yes, it does.
His last 5, look at this right here. 39, 26, and 39 minutes played for Kevin Huerter.
Because he's making shots, right?
But I thought it was all about defense. No, he needs to make shots to be on the floor. If he's not making shots, he can't be on the floor. And that's interesting. This is a guy that's played 23 minutes a night, and over his last 3 games, 39, 26, and 39.
If he's making shots, as he has been of late, I'm not really that concerned about the off-guard spot.
You're not trying to move him or anything like that?
No, if he's making shots. Now, if I need to move him in order to upgrade defensively, I'd consider it. But I'd rather have him at what he's making if he's making shots than, say, bring in a Kyle Kuzma. That's just me. But to me, Huerter's a much better fit. But I think I still need an upgrade at the wing spot. I know he's 6'7". He's definitely a wing.
And when you say wing, we're talking from the Harrison Barnes spot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so that's the thing. With Kevin Huerter, we know he's a shooter. We know he struggled earlier. But the Kevin Huerter we've seen the last few games, this is who he was last year. 40% from 3. Like, if you're starting 2 guards averaging 40%, shooting
that's excellent.
40%, you'll take that.
Yes.
Exactly. 100%. And mind you, he's your 4th option on your offense. Your 4th option shooting 40%, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. So as far as HB goes, I think the great Jerry Reynolds said it best. Jerry says, I still would run a few things for him, get him some more touches. We saw him actually got a post up in the last game.
Yeah.
So I think, I think there's room for that. But as you say, he's way down the totem pole.
Way down the
totem
totem
pole.
Options. Right. Exactly. If you're, I know Jerry wants to run plays for him and everything, but he's your 6th option, 5th option. Like,
Keegan's probably passed him this year.
Yeah.
Right?
For 100%. Yeah. Huerter's passed him. Keegan, Fox, Sabonis. You're running plays for all those guys, and he has to get in where he can fit in. There's an old saying: get in where you can fit in. He has to get his buckets, get his points wherever he can. Because it's not going to be called for him.
I'll tell you what, I can fix the Kings foul shooting. Get Cowbell Scott wherever he is. If he has that big cowbell, bring that out to Kings practice. You can make shots with that clang.
That's how you. Hey,
yep. Yeah.
Now Dell missed his shots. Is that what you're saying?
He didn't make as many as I did.
He did make it. All right.
Yeah. I don't mean to say that like he couldn't draw iron or anything, but I know that I made a few more than he did. Yeah. So got that money.
Got that.
That team in that tournament. Coming up, how do the Kings get this season headed in the right direction again? That's next from the Golden One Center as we get ready for the Kings and the Hawks. The Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
Well, guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text JUDGE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 42424. That's JUDGE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper, also known as Drapes, here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. That's where I got my gorgeous black-on-black EQS SUV. I'll be honest, it's the most stunning car I've ever owned, and let me tell you why I love it. First of all, the minute you step inside, you feel like you're driving a luxury vehicle. Plus, I love the onboard navigation system, and I tell you what, my kids just love the front seat and rear seat heating option. You know how it is up here in Northern California. You got to have that during the winter. And of course, during the summer, you got to have seat cooling. Well, my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV has that as well. Go see my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They believe, guys, that when you buy the world's finest car, it should be an experience you'll never forget. It's the greatest car shopping experience I've ever had. They were tremendous. The ease of buying, they just made it super simple. It's just 30 minutes from Sacramento, right off of I-5. And of course, you can always go online at mbofstockton.com.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Great Clips. Visit monsterjam.com today.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com. 0
down with approved credit.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Got a Sasha update for you from the Golden One Center. I know we said earlier that Sasha's iffy tonight with an ankle sprain, but looks pretty good out there warming up, Kyle.
Yeah, going through his usual warm-up, it looks like, with Jawad Williams, assistant coach, helping him out here, and missed that one. But he I don't know. Do you think he's moving okay?
I wouldn't have known that he's nursing anything.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then it's he and Davion. We didn't have the normal session with the youngsters, the first years today.
Yeah. No Slauson or Colby Jones and those guys. No Keon Ellis out there. You would think Keon would be out there even just working out. Right now, Sasha's still listed as questionable. Kessler Edwards is still on G League assignment. They sent him down to the G League with Stockton over the weekend, and he's still with them. So he's not going to be in uniform tonight.
I could see that. He just hasn't been playing. He
Right.
don't want to play, right? A guy like that, if he's going to develop, he's got to play.
That's one of the more puzzling things. Because remember when he came here,
Oh, yeah.
he was a favorite of Mike Brown. Like, this guy was in the starting lineup earlier, and now he can't even see the floor, which is a little surprising to me because I see something in Kessler Edwards. We know about his defense. If he could only get that shot to fall, right? If he could only knock down the three. The shot looks pretty when it's going up there, but he's not with the team. They play the South Bay Lakers tonight. That's why we didn't.
Terrible.
I know, right?
They stink.
That's why we didn't see some of the young guys out there, the Slausons and Colby and those guys working out.
The Kings need to get back to playing Kings basketball. What is that, though?
Yeah.
We'll answer that question. First, we go to the phones, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Doug has been standing by. Hello, Doug. How are you?
Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Good.
Doug,
what's up?
Good. Hey, I want to put this thing to rest on the Harrison Barnes thing because the whole year, actually, as long as I've been here, they've been talking about what he does and what he doesn't do and how much he gets paid and all that kind of stuff. And this is my proposed trade, is that you want a guy who doesn't need the ball very much, plays great defense, but can give you some stuff. And I believe that is Matisse Thybulle. And Thybulle doesn't need the ball very much. He's knocks the ball, he'll knock down threes at almost a 40% clip, and he'll give you the defense that the Kings seem to be lacking. So that's one thing. However this goes down, we just need to make something where if our numbers are not doing as well defensively, we're down a little bit on offense. So, are you going to go and try to score everybody? Or eventually where is that happy point where you can say, I don't need as much offense, but we could use a lot more defense. So
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Fire away.
One more thing. On you guys were talking earlier about Niners. I believe by having Goff as a non-running quarterback, and if the Niners can figure out how we can get a little more pressure without blitzing, that would be a key factor in the game on Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you, Doug.
Good stuff, Doug.
Yeah. Real quick note on the 49ers and the pressure, because like most people, I watched that and said, wait, they're getting all this money. They're not getting the quarterback. They did apparently get pressure on Love on 40% of his dropbacks, which is not terrible. So they were getting pressure. But you were very tolerant there. I know you're not a big fan of these hypothetical trades, but what'd you make of GM Doug's deal?
No, of course, I like Matisse Thybulle. I think we both talked about Matisse Thybulle. He'd be a solid rotation player. He's not a starter on this team by any stretch of the imagination, I don't think. But he shores up your bench. He's a guy. I mean, we're looking at it now. We really only play 3 guards. Mike Brown does.
Mm-hmm.
You got Malik, you got De'Aaron, and you got Kevin Huerter. After that, and Thybulle could play some 2. He could be a 2 or 3 for you. And so I think you need to upgrade that position. If we're not going to see my guy Chris Duarte out there, if we're not going to see Davion and some of these other guys, I think you got to get somebody that Mike Brown can trust and that he turns to. And I think Matisse Thybulle is a true two-way player. He's knocking down the threes this season.
Interesting comments on Barnes on the chat here. Jay Cliff says Barnes can't play without being a high option. That's why he needs to be moved to the bench. And Nima, I don't know Nima. Welcome to the chat, Nima. How about this? The speed with which Huerter runs the DHO and creates distance from the defense isn't something you can replace easily.
No, I agree.
How about that?
Yeah, that's a good
Coach Nema.
Coach Nema, he been breaking down the film, the tape.
Yeah.
But I think that's something Kevin Herter has worked on too. Like even more so this year, the space he creates on that dribble handoff from Domantas Sabonis, and he has the quick release as well. We talk about development from players, like that's where Kevin Herter has taken the next step, I think. Reading that DHO, creating the space. You know, as far as Harrison Barnes, Jay Cliff saying that, what does he mean he can't? Like, he's never been a high option guy. So I don't get that. It's never been, you know, Harrison's taken 18 shots a game or 17. I feel like he's mostly been a get in where you fit in kind of player.
Maybe that 1 year in Dallas a little bit, but even
Dallas,
then that didn't really work out. That's why they moved off of him.
Right. He's never going to be that guy where you expect 23 points per game and he's leading your team in score. He's a solid rotation player. That's what he is.
He was excellent last year. I think people didn't realize it. They focused with him more on what he doesn't do. And he's nowhere near right now what he did last year. But last year, look at his numbers. He was rock solid last year.
He was rock solid. And honestly, when you look at his numbers this year, Whitey, they're actually pretty good. I'm talking about the efficiency numbers. The problem is he's just not shooting much. He's not shooting the ball. Like this year, he's at 39.4% three-point range.
It's a good point. Last week, I happened to be looking at true shooting percentage, which is basically counting, taking into account a three is worth more than a two. And I think he was second on the team in true shooting percentage.
We just need him to, take the shots that are there, be a little more aggressive. I mean, it's not like the dude has fallen off a cliff in terms of he can't shoot or anything. When he shoots, it's actually good things
just
happen.
A forgotten man on offense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening. Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe to your point, like Jerry said, run something to get him going, or is it on him? Be more aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, it's chicken and the egg with HB.
Right. Yep.
Kings basketball. What do you think that is? I mean, if Mike Brown said, he didn't say this, but if he said, we got to play Kings basketball tonight, what do you think that is?
I think up-tempo, even in the half-court set. Play
That's
with
a great
pace,
point right there.
Play with purpose. I want to see 30 or more assists tonight, sharing the ball, multiple drives to the basket. These are all ideal kind of thoughts, like things Mike Brown wants ideally. What's been the reality is it's been different than that. But I think when Kings basketball is at its best, you see multiple drives and multiple kicks. And then on the defensive end, you're getting some steals. You're getting some deflections. You're seeing guys play with their chest. You're seeing guys talking. It hasn't happened enough this season. I think that's Kings basketball. Kings basketball, let's keep it real. As much as we want to see those 96, 93 games, that's not Kings basketball. Kings basketball is like a 118, 114 kind of win, 120, 113 kind of win. But look at the three-pointers. I want to see 14 or more made three-pointers. I want to see 30 or more assists. Kings basketball really is about offense. Mike Brown may want it to be defense, but in all honesty, Sacramento Kings basketball, when you talk to people around the league, what's the one thing they say? Oh, man, the Kings play fast. They don't talk about their defense. Mm-hmm. So Sacramento Kings basketball is those numbers I talked about, 30 or more assists, 14 or more threes.
I think the Kings need to play scrappier. They need to overachieve. They need to play harder. Mike Brown says it all the time. What does that mean? Well, last year, they were relentless offensively. As you said, they need to play with pace even in the half court.
Right.
That's the point that my buddy Chris Watkins makes. Instead of, draw, throw it out, and shoot a three. They need to consistently play harder than the other team. We've seen so many teams come in here, shorthanded teams, and they take it to the Kings. And that can't happen if this team is going to be successful. Last year, the Kings caught a lot of teams by surprise. Teams did not take them seriously. Now, the Kings, maybe they play sometimes like they've accomplished something. They haven't accomplished anything yet. They still have to play that same way.
And that's what's so frustrating about this team. They come across as if they've accomplished something. All you did was go to the playoffs and lose in the first round. What did they do?
Right.
And we got bigger aspirations than that. And I go back to Rick Pitino. I always say it, stay poor, hungry, and driven. You got to have that same drive that we saw last year to end that 16 your playoff drought, you got to have that same drive. And I feel like we've sort of let the foot off the pedal a little bit this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what happened in the last game where T.J. McConnell set the tone on the first possession for the Pacers. And we said it before that game. The Kings have to be the team doing that.
They got to be,
especially at home.
100%. They got to be the team doing that, and they got to come out fired up. And, you know, that's what impressed me about the Pacers. No Tyree, but they still played hard.
Yep.
T.J. McConnell, Ben Mathurin, like those guys played fast, and they played with a purpose. One thing to keep an eye on tonight, Whitey, and it bugs the heck out of me when this happens, and I know it frustrates him. When Domas catches it at the foul line or the elbow or whatever, and he's looking for somebody to move, if guys are standing around, that's not Kings basketball. That would frustrate the heck out of me, and I hate watching that.
Player movement, ball movement. Yeah, they could use an upgrade talent-wise. Maybe they'll make a trade, but until they do, this is the bunch. So you got to play with more energy and effort. Now, as far as the trades go, we'll take a look at today in Kings Trade Talk when we return to wrap things up here from the Golden One Center. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The 49ers earned the NFC's top seed.
On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite!
Join all of our shows. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Dials, and Watkins. And the Drive Guys as they follow their quest for a 6th Super Bowl title.
Pressured right away by Young and sacked by Eric Armstead.
Sactown Sports is your home for San Francisco 49ers football.
San Francisco!
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey, Gleason, and Kyle Draper. Draper, of course, has play-by-play tonight. This is I believe this is an NBA TV game, but in this area, and it's fine. I don't think we have the option of watching that because...
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what's great about tonight, though? Because it's not one of those NBA TV, like, where they bring in their own announcers. They use the home announcers. So mom and dad back in Philly will be able to watch and everything like that.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was I forget what they call it, but good.
Yeah, not players. There's something else they call it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's not one of those tonight. So
yeah.
It'll be me and Katie on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a great anticipation here. You know, and as I mentioned, you got Dell over there getting ready for his shots. Did he really tell you that I didn't beat him? Is that what he said?
He said he made his last shot. Like it felt like it.
See, I have the coolest thing about that. I got one of those giant checks. You know, like
really?
you got a golf tournament.
No way. Yeah.
Yeah, and they gave me one of those giant checks.
Wow.
But I think I threw it away.
No pictures of it or anything like that. I need to see proof, Whitey.
It was one of those giants. Like,
how many free throws did you guys take? Was it in a time thing or out of 10 or out of? Do you remember?
I honestly don't remember, but I think I was a good foul shooter.
Were you a good foul shooter? All right.
So
that was
I made a pretty high percentage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Dell had like one clutch one, and like I said, the guy Cowbell Scott was right there with.
He was there with the
bam.
And he didn't do it when you did it, or no?
No, he did not do it when. Of course.
How much did you pay?
I didn't have to pay him anything.
All right.
Didn't have to pay him anything. Now he did come over later and redo my sprinkler system. And, I paid him for that, but that had nothing to do with it.
Oh, is that where that prize money came?
I like the fixes in there, Drapes.
Right. You see where he's digging himself a hole, Jay.
Talking about a
got
sprinkler
new
system?
out of it. Huh?
Separate. Yeah, I got our team in that tournament at Basketball Town. And,
Got receipts for that?
Somewhere.
I know,
Probably,
right?
I don't know.
Tax
Probably
deductible.
somewhere.
You got your IRS know about this? Oh,
I probably have something somewhere, but that was a long time ago. Let's go to 10 real quick. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. All right, thank you, 10. 10's made his
yeah.
feelings.
Oh, he's there. Oh.
Hello, 10. What's up?
Hi. Yep. I think Kings could use better hand on defense, especially playing against Trae Young, smaller guy. The finger, even a fingertip length can affect a pass, can affect a passing lane. I think that they could use that to their advantage moving forward. Hand defense.
Well, thanks, 10. But
All right,
tonight, you don't have to worry about Trae Young.
Yeah, no Trae Young
worry about
tonight. No Trae Young tonight. And if you remember, and it just hit me too, Davion Mitchell was a big part of that comeback in Atlanta. Remember, Mike Brown used Davion on Trae Young, and Davion sort of helped change that game. But now you got DeJounte Murray, who's a little taller. Will we see Davion tonight? I don't know, but Davion was a big part of that win there in Atlanta.
We got Doug Christie, who joined us earlier, working with Keegan Murray.
Okay.
Doug has a lot of fun out there. Yeah, the thing that stands out to me about that game is that Coach Brown went away from was it Harrison Barnes?
Yeah,
Harrison got hurt,
Barnes,
but he went away from them very early in that
Very
game.
early. I think
Yeah.
HB maybe 12 minutes that game. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, that was one of those games. Herter got hurt early, and HB basically was sent to the pine. And so HB's out there working on some free throws right now, getting them up, getting ready. 10 mentioned deflections. That's one thing this Atlanta team does. And I mentioned DeJounte Murray. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. I think he's fourth in the NBA in deflections. As a team, they're fourth in deflections also at 15.6.
But they're still, and I know you're right,
Yeah.
they're still a really bad defense.
They're a bad defensive team. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. 26 in defensive rating. So take care of the ball. You'll get your opportunities, right? You'll be able to get your shots. Just don't turn it over.
There have been a lot of trade rumors swirling around the Hawks and various players. DeJounte Murray, do you think there's a chance that he ends up coming here?
You put me on the spot.
I just asked if you think there's a chance.
I think there is a chance. From a basketball standpoint, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The assets, though, is what I'm worried about. I don't know if we have the assets to swing a deal. Because you look at some of these other teams, like, if I'm Philadelphia, I feel like you could put together a package, especially with the picks that you got from the Clippers and that James Harden trade as well. The Knicks can put together a package. And so I think the competition will be stiff. The Lakers supposedly in the mix, maybe with a three-teamer.
Yeah, the Bucks maybe. It seems that he's higher on the list of priorities for other teams than he is for the Kings. So that's why I would think it's more likely he's going to go somewhere else. We talked earlier about some of these, whatever they are, sometimes they're reports, sometimes they're just speculation. But there was talk of a deal between, or some kind of talks between the Lakers and the Hawks, and DeJounte Murray would go to the Lakers in exchange for a number one and a swap pick and D'Angelo Russell. And the Hawks, according to the report, said, yeah, you're going to need another team there to take D'Angelo Russell because we don't want him. And then they would want something else. So that's a long ways from being completed. And as we said earlier, I mean, really, if the Lakers, they can't think that they had a chance to actually get Atlanta to agree to that.
They do, though, because the Lakers feel like they're in on everybody. And as a Kings fan, aren't we sick and tired of hearing the Lakers involved? It goes back many moons. It seems like every big name is attached to the Lakers in some way. Lou Alcindor, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar going there. You got Shaq going there as well. You got LeBron going there. Anthony Davis. It's like, come on. Like, how are they always in the mix? And even last year, Rob Pelinka pulling off some of the trades that he made. It's like, what kind of assets do they have? They don't really have draft picks. I think 2030 is the first one that they can trade or something like that.
Yeah, the cupboards get a little more dry every year.
Yeah, exactly.
They're such an older team.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But obviously, they're trying to do what they did last year and jumpstart their season. I just think the Kings have a 3-and-D wing higher on their list of priorities based on what we think we know. They were after Siakam. They were in on OG. So I think that's more the type of player they're after. DeAndre Hunter fits that bill, but he's hurt. He's been hurt for a while. He's got a knee injury. So, I don't even know if the Kings would want to take that gamble with him if the Hawks made him available.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I think he would fit in.
Yes.
Bob, Rathburn said the guy hasn't played in about a month or so. And so, when he's out there, I think he could be very great for us. But we just haven't seen him. Our girl Emmy in the YouTube chat alerted me to this, and the Kings put it out about 12 minutes ago. Sasha is available tonight.
Okay.
So we saw him warming up and looked good, apparently, and he is good to go tonight. So that's big news.
Mark Stein. Kings are another Western Conference contender like Dallas, known to be Kuzma fans. The Wizards, though, are under no real pressure to trade Kuzma. Okay. So
all right, what are we talking about? Mark Stein, he's just putting stuff out and putting stuff out.
He doesn't write this headline, but look, it's Kyle Kuzma on Sacramento's radar.
You got it.
Question mark.
Oh, you throw the question mark, you can say anything, like Kevin Durant on the Kings radar? Question mark. Like,
come on,
that's
I hate
better journalism nowadays.
Yeah,
man. It's all clickbait material.
LeBron,
it's all about
Bronny headed to Sacramento.
Right.
I don't think so, but I'm just asking the question.
It's a joke now, man, because people don't do it to get out information. They do it for clicks now.
Right.
And that's frustrating. Man.
Yeah. In some cases, and I'm not saying this about Mark Stein, but it appears to be that, hey, being first is better than being right.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, because when you look at it too, let's say you're wrong. What are the consequences? Like, no, I was told that, like it's a joke now, man. It's frustrating. Silly season.
Yeah.
Can't
Matt
wait.
Moore, Action Network. We're not real familiar with him. Jay says, no, he was with SI.com for a while. He has been reporting on the NBA for a while. I don't think he's necessarily your go-to source for these things, but he wrote, let's see, today, Kings missed out on OG and Siakam. They'll continue to look for a forward upgrade. Then he said, names they're expected to explore. Expected by who? I don't know. But he says Jeremy Grant, Bojan Bogdanovic, Herb Jones among the names they're expected to explore.
I could see Grant. I could even see Bogdanovic. I can't see Herb Jones. That doesn't make sense. Why would the Pelicans give him
I could see how they might say, hey, would you trade us Herb Jones? And the Pelicans would say no.
No, right. You can have interest in a lot of guys.
Right.
That doesn't mean we're going to trade him or make that move. And so Herb Jones would be perfect, though, for this team. This is a guy.
Yeah, there's some use in that. I'm just saying, yes, that would be the guy.
guy.
He also mentions Tobias Harris. If I know you love this, the way he wrote it. If the Sixers decide to get spicy and need a third team to move Tobias Harris, the Kings could have interest.
What does spicy mean, first of all?
They could have interest.
Right, they
would.
Right, exactly. And here's the thing that's a little frustrating about the Kings. I don't know what they need, Whitey. Like, what do they think they need? Like, do they need a Kyle Kuzma, a scoring forward? Do they need a defensive wing? Do they need both? And, I forget who it was. Like, our boy Kevin O'Connor. He said Jeremy Grant and Matisse Thybulle. Like, was it Matisse? No,
Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic.
Yeah, Bogdanovic.
Yeah, he said, I think for us, Grant and Matisse would cure a lot of what the Sacramento Kings need. I think they need two pieces. Not just one answer.
That's what I've been saying for a while now. I think they need a 3-and-D wing and a backup bigger two that can defend.
Yes.
And that would be a terrific trade.
Yeah. They got to do something though, right? Here we are 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. You got to do something.
It's just going to be a tough sell if they don't, but if they don't, I'd have to assume they're not idiots.
Right.
They're not going to do something that's going to compromise them going forward. Hopefully they'll be able to do something, because otherwise we're going to have some really tough conversations right here. But we know that they know what they're doing.
But they know it, right? Yeah. They see the same things we see. They can't be happy without a season. And Doug Christie talked about it earlier when we had our conversation with Doug. Their expectations are much higher than our expectations for them, and he admitted they have not lived up to their expectations this season.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what are your expectations for tonight as we wrap things up here. I just want to see him make free throws and play hard.
Make free throws and play hard. What's make free throws? 75% in the club?
We need 80% tonight. Come on.
75%. Right?
No.
All right,
I'm sick of looking up and go, wow, the other team's field goal percentage is about the same as the Kings' free throw percentage.
Right.
Can't have it.
80% play hard. And what if it's 80%, you get up early, but let them back in, but you still get the win?
That's fine.
Like, ultimately, it has to end with the win. As far as
you need to make sure that
gotta have
still works.
Right, exactly. Knock the
we
dust
don't
off
want to talk about that. We got to make sure it's still functional, right?
Is this on? That's the purple beam. We need to make sure it lights up tonight.
Yes. All right. Have a great call tonight.
All right, man.
Thank you. Great show. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Jay. We're back with you tomorrow, of course, here, although Mr. Draper will not be with us.
Yeah, I got to take it off, man.
Yeah,
I got my son's final game tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I got to go.
You
The final game, I could watch him play.
That. Yes.
So I'm going to go check him out.
And we've got game night next for you here as we get ready for the Hawks and the Kings on Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher